In this campaign, I'll be playing as Duke Gottfried von Bezos and his 5 wealthy families. The goal? To conquer the map. The rules? We can only use our starting 5 families the whole challenge run. On top of that, all difficulty settings are turned up to the max. Tons of bandits and raids within the first year, starting in winter with 0 supplies, peasant demands are insane, and they get pissed off extremely fast. Let's jump into the run. Here we go. It is winter time. We've got exactly 2 logs to our entire inventory and nothing else. And if we zoom out, we do have a rich deposit of wild animals and clay. So the soil is going to be terrible here, but we've at least got those 2. We're stuck in the corner. There's exactly 5 bandit camps on the map. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get anything up in time to get most of these. The AI is going to swoop in, take those. And what ends up happening actually is the more bandit camps you have at the start of the game, and the aggressive AI together, they will actually expand even faster because the AI also gets influence for taking these guys out. I don't think the money matters because it seems like they just hire whoever they want whenever they want, but the influence definitely is limited because you'll notice as soon as they take out a couple of these things, they're just going to snap up back to back 2 or 3 of these provinces or these regions, and then we're going to be left with potentially getting 1 by ourselves, and then they'll have the rest of the map. And then we have to defend our territory with our lives. So you would think having the bandit camps would help the player out, but unfortunately you just can't physically get units out fast enough. So the AI is just so fast. And if you've never done one of these wintertime starts without resources and really high approval penalties, it's quite challenging. You almost have to follow an exact build. Not quite an exact build, but pretty close to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gravitate towards the King's Road. That's going to be the key to us surviving this. We still want to have access to the animals, but like I said, whoever's doing it's going to have to take a little bit of a trip. So we'll plop that down right there. I don't want to go too far this way. I do want to keep it nice and compact. So we'll get these guys over here. And then we also want to move our hitching post. I don't want it just floating out there in the wilderness. There we go. So we're going to unpause. As I mentioned, it's a pretty specific build order that we're going to be following. So I'll explain it as we go. The first thing we do is put 2 people on the hunting camp. Even if you don't have a rich resource, if it's a little bit further away, you're going to need 2 people on it. The logging camp is literally the only extra building that you can build. The hunting camp is free. There's no cost to it, so you can go wild and build 20 of these things if you really wanted to, but 1 should suffice. And as soon as our logging camp's down, we're going to go 3 people on, or 3 families on that. Alright, so 3 people on. And as soon as timber starts to roll in, we need to slow it down and then again follow a very specific build. Yeah, we're getting some generic storage and some pantry. The problem here is the generic storage fills up really quickly and we don't have any resources to drop supplies off, so you got to be real careful, otherwise your building can get backed up pretty fast. We could just build an extra hunting camp to increase the storage capacity since they are free technically. So alright, we're getting food in, so that'll solve the hunger issue. We're starting to get, here we go. So we got 3 pieces of timber. We are going to pause the game. And I'm going to actually build these houses directly onto our logging camp. So let's do that. And I do want to have the extension in the back. So size doesn't matter nearly as much in this instance. We're basically stuck to the first 5 burgage plots anyways. We can't go beyond that. We're only allowed to have the first 5 people. Well, and then including the manor house. But those guys are basically people that you have to feed that don't have any useful output, so those guys are almost like negative. It's basically a negative for us at this point. I'm going to build the logging camp just a little bit further away, but it's still in the same area, so I think we can get away with it. And we do need to pull somebody off so we can actually have them go build. So there you go. First house is going to go up. So we've got at least 1 house that'll get 1 person off of being homeless, but really the main reason you want to have 1 house ASAP is so that you can put down a marketplace. And I'm going to throw this marketplace somewhere in the middle between these 2. And we want exactly 3 stalls. There we go, 3 stalls. So this hunting camp will throw down a stall. They'll start giving people food. Basically what we're doing right now is we're doing damage control. Right now we're going to have a lot of negative issues with our approval. Homelessness, hunger, lack of firewood, lack of clothing, and then lack of a church. All that stuff's going to hit us hard. If we don't get all these things up ASAP, we're actually going to get into a territory where people could start leaving our town. So you really do have to do this precisely in a certain order. And we have 7 timber now somehow. That's quite a bit. So I'm gonna skip. Usually I do this a little bit later, but I'm gonna go right into tannery. So we have the 3 buildings that we need. We need food, firewood, and clothing. Beyond that, you want to get your houses up ASAP after that. So we're going to just do that then. And we can only do 1 house at a time here because we only have 3 wood. Now the houses, just so you know, the houses don't ever have to be connected to a road unless you have a lot of supplies that are going to be picked up by a storehouse. So for example, chicken coops, I guess not, they could technically count. Vegetable gardens for sure need to be connected to a road. They'll be grabbing inventory from them quite often, but otherwise the houses, having a road only increases the speed of hand carts and oxen. Does not really increase the speed of people walking. They kind of walk at the same pace no matter what, from what I've gathered. There we go, our food stall's up and they're starting to throw. Now again, we only have 1 house up, so that's why we're limited to 1 piece of meat. Right, they're gonna continue building this house first, which is not really what I wanted them to do. Let's make tannery the highest priority. The woodcutter's lodge will be the next highest, and they can finish this 1 burgage plot that they're working on already, I guess. Oh, never mind. They changed their mind. Alright, tannery it is. Get another house. That's going to be a lower priority, so it's fine. And we're going to have to micromanage some of our workers here. We'll put 1 person in the tannery. The thing that's nice about the tannery is we don't need somebody on it all the time. So let's get at least 5 leather thrown in the shops. Clothing is used only once per year per family, so once you get 5, our initial 5 leather, we don't have to have anybody working in the tannery for at least a year. It looks like we've got the rest of what we need, so 2 more houses, and then we're done. Well, with the opening. We're definitely not done, but we're done with the opening stage. So I'm going to pull 1 person back from the hunting camp because we don't need that many. And we're going to switch them over to the woodcutter lodge. We need to get firewood as soon as we can because, like I said, that approval hit is getting kind of nasty. We really don't want to go below 25 because there's a chance that somebody can leave. And if you go really far below 25, it's guaranteed that people will leave, and you'll probably get 2 to 3 families leaving per month if you don't get it corrected. So homelessness shouldn't be an issue here very soon. We got 7 leather. We're going to go up to 10 leather, and I'm going to pull... Yeah, I'm going to pull the worker. We need to get our other houses up, though, because right now we're limited to 3. Yeah, 3 max inventory per stall. Once this goes up, that'll be 4, and then the final one will be 5. And our firewood stall's up. That's really good news. So that's going to correct our other issue right here. We have 0 fuel, but we will have plenty of fuel soon. And the thing is, because we're starting in winter, they use twice the amount of firewood that they would normally use. So it's going to be kind of hard to keep the supply in here in the beginning. We're probably going to have to keep this person on at all times. All right, 9 leather. We got 1 more leather to go. We need this house to be built so we can get that last one, though. We can't leave until we have 5. There we go. So they got 5. I hope they stock it back up. We've got 11 leather. There we go. Okay, 5. So as soon as you see the 5th leather hit, you can pull. Obviously, if you're expanding beyond this and you build 10 houses right now, then you're going to want to get at least 10, and then you can pull them because it will take a year before any of these disappear. So you pretty much don't have to worry about maintaining that clothing stall for a while. So we can micromanage him. But let's take a look at what else we need to do. So fuel in the marketplace, that's just going to take time. Clothing we just solved, so that'll go away. We need a church. We also need a manor house. The problem is we need stone to do all that. We also need a granary, so yeah, the stone's going to be key here. So let's go ahead and get our stone cutting. Now again, these guys do not use hand carts, and they do not use oxen, so you can put this wherever you want. I'm thinking we're going to put our church... I want to get it close to the church. Actually, this is the perfect place. So I'm going to put it right here. We're going to put our church back here. Our manor house will go anywhere in here. It doesn't really matter. Actually, the manor house can go anywhere. But this, I want to keep all the important resources as close by to where we're going to build these things. So we need timber, we need stone, and then very soon we're going to build also, where are you? A saw pit. So we're going to need all these resources very close by to each other. Actually, this one can go, that's fine. We'll put it back here. Now I'm going to put another person in the logging camp just because we do need a lot of logs. Not only do we need the logs to build, but we need some to convert into planks. So we're going to need both of those resources. So the first thing that we're going to be going for is the manor house. So we need 5 plus another 20 planks, which is 4 more. So we need 9 logs total before we can pull these workers. I'm going to go ahead and put in, oops. Yeah, let's finish the saw pit and then we'll continue to cut. And how are we looking here? 100% on everything. We will not have 100% food because we need 2 food varieties. So that's just not going to happen. Let's go stonecutter camp. We've got 9. That's exactly what we need. So I'm going to pull everybody off and we're going to go everybody stonecutter. And that'll give whoever's doing the ox time to catch up because there's a bunch of logs that are cut and it takes some time to go pull them and bring them back. Yeah, so he's going to go do his thing while these guys come over here and cut the stone. It's not too far. Oh, that's actually really bad. Why are they not? Yeah, they're using some weird pathing here. I didn't think about that. So we'll get that right there. This will have an offshoot ready to go. So hopefully people come back on this road. Yeah, that'll be much faster. I messed that up. Whoops. Yeah, they don't speed up their pathing technically when they go on the road compared to, you know, going off-road. But it does help with them with the pathing to get a more straight route. So we're looking for stone to hit 15 and then we'll pull everybody. And again, our numbers are looking really good. So fuel is 7 months, food is 5 months. We'll be fine as long as we keep somebody on here. And then once in a while, we'll need to put them in the tannery to clear the inventory so we can actually have space. And then the woodcutter, they're going to fill up all the way. We can probably micromanage him once he gets full. We want to have a few months reserved so we don't have to worry about it. The biggest thing we're going to have to do at this point is put somebody on a warehouse and micromanage them so that they can refill the stalls. We don't need to have somebody in these at all times. We just need to have enough cushion and then we should be fine. Stonecutter, we need 3 more and then we'll be in good shape. There we go, 15. I'm going to pull everybody. I'm going to put somebody on the saw pit. Actually, let's leave one family on the woodcutter, so that's fine. And then while we're waiting for those logs to get collected, I'm going to start working on our storehouse. So this is going to have to go over here. I think right here is probably fine. And then the granary will probably put, I think, on this side of the street. Or we could put it over here. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll probably put it right there. We don't want to use the stone, though. We need the stone for our manor house. So that'll be the priority. Yeah, we just need 20 planks. Here we go. So our woodcutter's lodge is completely full. He can't do any job. He can't do any work now until that's clear. So we're going to pull him. He can help build stuff. Here we go. We'll finish this really quick. And let's get one person in the storehouse so they can clear these out and they can continue to work if they need to. Also, same thing here. Yep, generic storage. So we'll pull all those. 10 planks. There we go. We're at 15. Once one more piece of wood gets delivered there, we'll be in good shape. All right, there we go. So the AI is already, what month are we in? February? So by the 3rd month, they're already hiring mercenaries and they're going to clean all this up. And like I said, they'll get tons of influence from doing this. And you're just going to see them claim like two back to back, another one in a month. And yeah, we're just going to get hemmed in the corner here. But that's fine. That's how this challenge goes. I'm not too concerned about it. There you go. We got 20 planks. Unfortunately, we don't have... Oh man, I didn't think of that. We need logging camp now because we blew through everything else. We don't have the timber. There we go. We got it. All right, so let's pull everybody off. Again, we need as many people building this as we can. And I'm just going to build it directly next to these two. And then the church should be able to fit here. Let's actually make sure the church will fit because it needs to be as close to these as possible as well. Yeah, if we build our manor house right here, we'll be in good shape. There we go. Because these things require so many materials and time is of the essence, we need to build it as close to where these materials are. Oh, shoot, somebody's pulling them. Oh, crap. I forgot about that. The storehouse is pulling them. They're going to have to run across the way. Yeah, that was stupid. I should not have built the storehouse that quickly. I should have waited. That was a misplay on my part. Let's put that person back on wood cutting. Actually, no, he doesn't need to be on wood cutting. Let's put him on logging camp because we're going to need logs no matter what we do. The food, we could probably pull the food worker, but I kind of don't want to pull him just yet. We do need to stack up food and hides. Those two are going to be kind of important. So that was pretty fast, actually. We were able to get this up in a reasonable amount of time. Like I said, I've done this several times. It's not an easy build to pull off, but I think I've done it enough times where I kind of see the inefficiencies, and I've corrected most of them at this point. So it's not too bad. How many stone do we have? We have a little bit more stone to go, but we can't even get that fast enough anyways because we need to get planks. We're going to get the stone before we get the planks. So let's put somebody on there. Yeah, we have plenty of stuff there. I think let's just go logging camp and then we'll pull somebody to help build. So the trick here is we need to basically bait these guys out and then kite them around, take the money from the camp, and then kite them into the enemy AI's army. Now, that's not the end of it, though. We do need to help the AI fight because we want to get influence. The more influence we get in the early game, the better off we'll be because we can claim territory. And then the AI has to also deal with that. They need to spend 2,000 influence to claim an already claimed territory and only 1,000 to do a neutral one. So we want to make sure we get some territories, and that'll buy us some time. All right, this is going to be tricky because we're going to have to micromanage this and our troops at the same time. But we are very close to having enough for the church. We need a few more planks. Yeah, let's pull these guys so they don't actually or accidentally go over the limit. I'm going to pay attention here and then get them going to the next camp. All right, so again, with the challenge, we can't send anything to the town. Everything has to go into personal treasury. There is an argument for sending it to the town, but I actually think going to the personal treasury is more useful in the early game anyways. There we go. We have the church. We've got everything we need. So we're going to build that. Let's pull this guy off the saw pit, I think. We'll put one person back on the logging camp because we do need to still collect logs, but we need to get this church built. And that's going to pretty much fix our approval for a very long time, I would imagine. Maybe not permanently, but quite a while. All right, we need to pay attention here too because... Oh, there he goes. Oh, nice. Wait, who's he going after? No, he's going after us. Okay, I thought he was going to the north for some reason. So I should have done this first. I should have mapped this out. So we took this one. We're going to take this one. We could probably sneak up here. The AI is working on that. So I think we can get these 3. We already got the one, obviously. We can get 2 more. And then we're going to swing up this way. Can these guys handle 3 groups? Yeah, they can. Their mercenary troops are pretty strong. So I'm pretty sure that they can handle that. But what we need to do is avoid getting hit here. So they basically, as soon as they leave, they just sprint until they run out of stamina for the most part. Actually, maybe they don't. These guys still have their stamina. If they get too close to you, they will sprint you down though. So you got to make sure you maintain a decent distance. So we're going to get a little far away from these. And we don't want to sprint either. We need to maintain our distance and then maintain a little bit of a buffer there. Oh, wow. They're going for that one quickly. I think we still have time to do it though. If we abandon this one and then come back for it later, that might be a smarter move. But I think we still have enough time to get this and get back to do the other one. But I was saying, you'll notice as soon as they start taking out bandits, they immediately take over a region. So we want to try and take some of their kills so that they don't get the maximum amount of influence from these. All right, here we go. So I'm going to sprint now. We need to use some of our stamina. Wow, this is really fortunate, actually. So we're going to run these guys into them, and then we're going to help them kill as well so we can get a little bit of influence. But we have at least 3 of these things secured. That'll be a little bit of money. Church is just about done, so I'm going to watch this. There we go. Church is done. Man, we have enough timber to make our trade post. We could do that. But the question is that the priority? I don't think it is, actually. Well, one priority that we need to have is upgrading the storehouse, which means we need 10 planks. So let's put one person on that at least. We also need to be able to build a granary, which we can do right now. And then we'll need a little bit more stone to upgrade it. But the upgrade doesn't need to come in for quite a while. So we could probably pull the stone cutter, actually. How far are they into their trip? Yeah, I don't like pulling them back when they're on the way there. I don't mind pulling them back when they're on the way back, though, because they will drop the supplies off before they do whatever job you tell them to do after that. So I think we'll let them do one rotation. Logging camp, saw pit. Yeah, I think we're okay, actually. What we need to do now is we need to get a mining pit. It only costs 1 timber. And then, oh, I forgot. These things also cost stone. Yeah, the clay furnace also costs stone. So that's going to be another one that we're going to need. I'm going to build it fairly close to the road here. So those 2 will be built. Yep, that's fine. We can leave these guys to their own devices for a little while. They'll keep doing their thing. We need to keep an eye on our planks. Yeah, we don't want to build too many planks, but we do need a decent amount of them. I'm going to turn off sprinting because there's no way we can get there to help them fight that, but we are going to get this without any issues. There we go. So that's 400 in the bank, and then we need to go cower behind these guys because they're going to be the ones that'll help us fight. But we do want to help fight as well. We don't want to just let them take all the glory. 5 planks. We need to keep an eye on that and pull them at some point. Actually, we can probably go up to... Let's sprint so we can get there before these guys are all dead. So what we want to do is we want to get a nice healthy charge in here. Actually, we should probably not do that until they are losing numbers. Otherwise, we will actually lose our troops. We don't want that. And then we're going to charge in when their morale gets nice and low. So it's pretty low. They're going to break soon anyways. So let's get in there. And they're getting a debuff because they're surrounded now. There we go. We got influence for both of those, I think. Nope, we didn't get anything. Okay, I guess we didn't get enough kills or something. I know for sure if you get in there and you help, you will end up getting some kind of influence. So that should be all the bandit camps. We did very... Oh, no, there's one more up there. Yeah, we can't let that one go. This one is empty because they took it, but they forgot to actually take the camp out. So that'll be more cash in our piggy bank. Wow, I can't believe that. Usually, typically when I've done this, you can only snag 1, maybe 2 if you're lucky, but definitely not 4. Although, oh, it did give us influence. It just was delayed. So we've got 890. We need a little bit more, and then we can claim a region. The only downside with claiming a region is that you cannot possibly spawn bandits anymore in that region because they can only spawn in the unclaimed regions. The problem there is if we don't claim it, the AI is going to do it. So it's kind of like we almost have to do it. Ooh, you know what? I just had an idea. We could technically contest this. Here's the thing with the AI. If you contest a region and you beat them, you get that claim and you take it from them. Because here's the thing. We're going to have to... Let's say, for example, if we used 1,000 influence to claim this, then the AI is going to immediately turn and attack us once that's done, assuming all the other ones are taken. So if we just claim it, we'll be spending some of our treasury now. If we wanted to defend this in the future, we'd have to spend it anyways. But at least in this case, we don't have to spend the influence to get it the first time. So let's take a look and see what kind of mercenaries we have. That is not good, actually. This would be a really tough fight if we hired everybody. And it would cost us just about 200 gold. We could probably do it in a month, so we'd be able to do it twice. And then we'd need to be able to get our own economy up before we blow through those 2. But is it worth it? Is it not worth it? I don't know. Well, we also have one more bandit camp that we're going to be fighting. You know what? Let's let them have the first one. It's okay. There's no way we can possibly defend all of these. We'll do it for maybe the last piece of land. Instead of claiming it ourselves, we'll just wait for them to claim it, and then we'll defend it. There we go. That's done. Mining pit needs to finish up here pretty quick. We got a little bit more stone to go. So 10. We've got exactly what we need. So we'll pull them. We'll keep the mining camp up though, because we will probably use it at some point. And then I do want to get the granary up, because it's pretty painful not having a granary. There we go. Storehouse and granary. We need a few more planks. This guy is having a tough time. Yeah, let's upgrade that, because that's going to be a pain point if we don't do that ASAP. It's so easy to run over your storage limit. There we go. Mining pit is done. So we can start collecting some clay there. Now, I'm actually going to pull this guy off of the soft pit. Oh, wow. So he did back-to-back. So that's what I was talking about. Back-to-back. He just claimed Iminruth. He's immediately going Valdebrand. So we'll be completely cut off. That doesn't really matter. There's no such thing as border gore in this game. You can claim whatever you want and walk through people's territory. Again, I don't think we can test this. I think we can test maybe the last 2 or 3. I think that makes a lot more sense. Although I do like the idea of having the middle territory. Does that even matter though? I'm trying to think here what the game plan is. When I mapped this campaign out, I did not anticipate fighting them for their land. That wasn't really on my radar. Well, here's the thing. If we do fight them, it will probably slow them down with how quickly they can claim land, which means we can use these guys. These lands will stay unclaimed longer, and we can probably beat them to the bandit camps, which will help fund our army. So I think we need to try it. I do want to get these guys away from the edge of the map, though, because I don't want them to be spawned on. They could spawn their army right here, the mercenaries, and that would be very bad. So let's wait till they're like halfway from being claimed, and then we'll hop in to try and snag it from them. All right, it's been a while. I haven't really looked at how our supplies are doing. Ooh, we are very I don't know, not overburdened, but we're almost full in our generic storage. We need to get somebody in there into the storehouse. We need to get it upgraded first, though. There we go. Granary's up, so we can pull some stuff for him. So we'll micromanage this guy. All right, clothing stall is still 5 out of 5, so we're good. There we go. And like I said, we can micromanage this guy. We'll pull him off so that he can help build the storehouse. Okay, let's contest this guy. Let's see where he shows up. We need to hire the army before he does. So we're going to hire everybody, because if we don't, he will, and we don't want that. And the battle site is over here. That's fine. Now, one unfortunate thing is you could spawn right next to their army as well, the mercenaries. So sometimes I'll just wait for a month or 2 before I pull my guys in, but I didn't do that this time. It looks like we're okay. Yeah, they're spawning from here. There's no other mercenaries for them to hire, so we should be fine here. All right, let's get everybody grouped up over there. Oh, actually, we need to group them up back here. Now, large storehouse is ready. Let's get somebody in there so they can clean out some of these buildings. All right, this guy wants us to drop the claims. We're not going to do that. I think they pay you a little bit of cash if you do it, but I don't really care too much about the cash. I'm much more interested in dealing with not letting him claim all the territory. We need to slow him down, basically. Slow your roll. And what do these guys got? These are the 2 archers. Yeah, unfortunately, archers are just terrible units right now. So we're probably going to try and find a new way to use them. I don't think using them for actual combat is too much of a good idea. Or at least not ranged combat like they're normally used. Now, how are we doing? Food, fuel is good. We have a little bit of timber. That's the other thing. Yeah, we need to get our... Where are you? We need to get our trading post up, like right now. 7 timber. We're going to need to expand some of our infrastructure here too. We're going to need a tavern because we're going to need to upgrade our burgage plots. So that's going to be important. I think for now we're in good shape. I don't think we need to do too much else. Yeah, I think we just continue on our path. We need to keep collecting clay. We're going to sell some of that. This should not be a tough battle, but you never know. It's just, the thing that sucks is we have 4 groups of archers. That's terrible. But we do outnumber them by quite a bit, so I think we'll be okay. I think we just have to treat the archers as if they were regular units, regular melee units at this point. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's pull 1 person and put him on the mining camp. Oh no, we didn't build a trading post yet. Finish that. Okay, when that's done, we'll switch another person over to the mining. Alright, here we go. Let's go take this land. And we don't want to sacrifice our retinue right off the bat. They're super expensive. Let's get these guys up front. Let's get the archers in their own groups in the back. Maybe we'll throw some arrows their way. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm going to send these guys to go chase those archers down so that we don't have to worry about them. Right, these guys need to get in the front. I'm going to set them to shield wall. These guys, the mercenaries have the shield wall ability. Alright, that means their retinue are going to go off and do their own thing as well, so that's good news. Yeah, see, these guys are shooting point blank, and they're just not doing any damage. I'm going to set them to shoot at will. That'll give them a little bit more damage from point blank range. If they don't do any damage soon, then I'm going to pull everybody off. And then we're just going to... Let's get these guys to sprint. We're just going to send them in as melee troops. Right, let's get a charge damage on their back, so that's going to help. That should affect their morale. Yeah, so they're getting some kills. They're not completely useless, but they're kind of completely useless. Oh, look at the archers. They're all the way out. They're like not even close anymore. But these guys need to be at fire at will and shoot at will. Yeah, I don't think they're actually doing anything. If you look at the kills are fairly even between our troops and theirs. So I'm just going to send them in. And we're going to drown them by weight of numbers. Oh, these guys want to fight. That's fine. Oh, boy. And then we're going to get surrounded over here. That's fine. We just need to pile on the numbers. And how are these guys doing? They're chasing all the way back. It's kind of funny. Alright, so they broke. The thing is with... I'm going to pause it just for a second. I don't like pausing during combat too much, but I do want to explain this. As you surround them, you reduce their morale. They get a massive hit to that, and they also lose their effectiveness. So generally, if you can surround them, even if you're using really bad units, like these units have almost no attack. They got 1 attack. But because we're surrounding them, they're going to get a huge hit to their morale. So it's actually worth it. Yeah, just to pile on the bodies. Now the archers, I'm going to leave the archers alone now. It's fine. Let's pull these guys back. They're not in the circle anymore, so I think once we clear these guys out, we'll just automatically win. Just because he abandoned the center. So the trading post is up. I'm actually going to put this guy in the trading post. No, I'm not. We don't need it just yet. Let's continue the path forward. We need mining. We absolutely need that. We still have 5 months of supplies and everything else, so I think we're good. Let's focus on finishing this fight up. They're broken. Oh, 2 of them broke. That's so good. Alright, so we're going to try and surround and pound these guys. Alright, no more shield wall because we need to get in there. And again, we just want to pile bodies on as fast as we can. Alright, these guys are going to get in there. They're getting forced back. They're losing people left, right, and center. Alright, we need to make sure these guys do not re-engage, actually, because we want them out. There we go. Got them. That's their army pretty much toast. We got 4 months to deal with this archer group. I really hope we don't have to take them out, though. So who's in this group? I'm thinking we can just keep this, the Brotherhood of the Forest. So that's 1 archer group. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we do that? If it's... We've got 4 days. I don't want to pay these guys again. We'll have to pay this one once, it looks like. Because 3 days, we can't defeat this guy in 3 days. There's no chance. Or maybe there is. No, I don't think there's a chance. We'll see. I'm going to rush everybody over. Except for this guy, because I don't want them to run away immediately. Oh, you know, we can probably get him. If we can sandwich him here. 2 days. Come on, dude. Oh, did he break? No, he didn't break. Oh, he broke. Oh, that was so good. All right. We can disband. There we go. So we're not going to pay for him. We got our first piece of territory. We didn't get any influence for that, unfortunately, but that's kind of how it goes. We'll get influence from other ways. So the strategy now is you want to put whatever unit you're using, whether it's retinue or you have like 5 militia just running around, you want to put them at the center point between the available territories. So for example, we would want to put a retinue somewhere right here so they can be as close as possible to these other territories, and we can jump on that bandit base when they come up. So we're going to throw these guys right here. Make sure they're not sprinting. Yep, they need to conserve their stamina. We do have that raid coming in 221 days, but we should be fine. I think we'll be okay. Alright, that was a pretty good start, actually. This is, of all the test runs that I've done, in the testing that I've done, this is the best run that I've had so far. I'm glad it's being recorded. Sometimes you get lucky. In the previous episode, we established the necessities early on. We built our manor house quickly, looted over half of the initial bandit camps, the AI claimed 2 territories, and we won a contested second territory. How are we doing on the animal deposit? You don't have to be directly across the street from your wild animals because you will generally hunt them down fast enough to where, like we have our hunting limit, oh, I didn't set it. We set it to 20. We don't want to go below the halfway point. So if they were closer, then they would be idle, and if they're further away, maybe they wouldn't get down to that limit. But if you're a decent distance, you can keep this population in check and still get a good amount of food and hides. And we got 33 clay. We need a lot more than that. So what do we have? We have people on the large storehouse, which we don't necessarily need, but they are keeping the firewood stall stocked and pulling stuff from the mine, so I don't mind it too much. Now the logging camp, I don't know that we need that much more. We need to, well, we need enough logs to upgrade these. It's 4 each times 5, that's 20. So we need at least 20 timber. So we'll have at least 20 there. We probably need a couple more planks. I'm trying to think through what else we need to build. So in May, we do need to get a second food source up soon, but this thing is so far away. It doesn't really make sense to do with that. So we're probably going to have to get it some other way. For sure, we'll be doing chicken coops. That'll be a second source of food. We need a third source as well. We don't even have enough to upgrade the first one, though. That's actually a problem. Yeah, that's a pretty big problem. And then before I forget, let's throw up a well, because we're going to need that at some point. And we'll pull the storehouse worker. He can go do that job. So I think at this point, let's start dealing with trade. We've got 31 hides. We could sell that right off the bat. And this is going to be a slow trickle. We're not going to pay for the trade route on this. Well, we obviously can't anyway. So we're just going to export. And we'll go down to maybe 5, just so we can keep, if we need to make more leather, because we run out. I mean, we have a little bit of leather stockpiled, but it can't hurt to have a little extra. So trading post should be good to go. Well, they'll stock that, and then we'll get wandering traders come by to buy all that stuff. So we'll convert that money into chicken coops. That'll be a second food source, so we'll be good there. So we can start doing that automatically. Let's just immediately do it. And that'll allow us to do another 2, actually. So we only need 2 more chicken coops and we'll have our second food source pretty much in the bag. We won't have to worry about it. Unfortunately, these manor house employees, these guys do eat food, so we're not going to be quite 1-to-1, but once we get a third food source, then the eggs, 5 eggs should be plenty. These guys are doing a good job, but we still need a little bit more clay, so I'm going to leave it. Well, you know what? This thing's going to fill up pretty quickly, so let's put somebody back on the storehouse, and then we need to continue to clear that out. And the fuel stall is starting to dip down. There we go. So having somebody in the storehouse will allow them to replenish that. There you go. Once these eggs start coming in, we can upgrade these burgage plots. That'll be a pretty big one. Oh, bandit camp. So we're going to immediately pause. And it's this one right here. Now, I'm very concerned about the AI hiring mercenaries here, because then they'll pull them completely out of the recruitment. If they pull the archers, that would actually be the best case scenario, because I don't really want the archers anyways. Let's see what they hire. Please don't be the 3. Oh my god, it's the 3. Yeah, he's screwing us over right now. It's alright, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Alright, let's, yeah, let's keep going. So we pulled them out. Let's, again, bait them back into the army, the enemy's army. And then we should be in good shape. We'll just go take that as soon as they're dead. And I think what we're gonna do, it is nice to have these so that we can continue getting our influence. And, you know, getting the bandit camp, we get a little bit of personal treasury. But the biggest problem that I'm finding here is that the AI continues to pull mercenaries. So I think the faster we can get rid of all these territories, the faster we won't have to deal with bandits. That'll take away our income, but it will also take away the AI's ability to take away our recruitment pool, which is, I think, more important right now. Okay, so he's heading back there. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's go focus on our town for a little bit while we're waiting. Oh, that reminds me of the policies. I completely forgot. So we're going to turn on hunting grounds. That's going to allow these things to replenish twice as fast. So we can probably at some point put a second hunter on there and still maintain a decent equilibrium. It'll increase the amount of meat and hides that we get. And we can sell both of those, actually. You know what? I didn't think of that. Why didn't I? We could offload some of the meat. We don't have a lot, actually. I thought we'd have more than that as a stash. Let's build our last chicken coop. So that's all 5. Now you might... Oh, no. 2 more. You might be wondering why I didn't go vegetable garden. So we only have 5 families. We literally have 5 families and that's it. So we cannot afford to have anything that requires extra work. We're going to need to be micromanaging them. And if they have to stop to go pick vegetables, that's just not a good use of our time. It actually costs us money by doing that rather than having them doing something more productive. So this campaign is literally the definition of opportunity cost because you have only so many people to work. And so every family is absolutely critical. You know, one family is 20% of our total workforce. So, all right, this logging camp is full, which is not a good thing. We've been sitting there with that. Planks and stone are at 0, so we should probably stockpile a little bit of that. I would like to get the church upgraded, although we'll probably do that later when it doesn't even matter anymore, but I guess we could. What else do we need to do here? The Woodcutter's Lodge. We still have 5 months of fuel. The granary. Yeah, we need to upgrade the granary at some point. So why don't we just put somebody on Stonecutter? No, we're actually not even going to run into that issue. Let's put this person on the clay furnace. We need to start converting that. That's going to be pretty big. All right, here we go. So we can turn. This guy's catching up. And again, we don't want to be first. We just want to be up there. There, we got it. We got influence for that, and we're going to immediately spend that. I think what we should do is, let's claim one of the regions. I don't want to separate the two, because then it's harder to cover them both. So I'm going to actually take Goldhof. It literally doesn't matter. It could have been any of these, and it wouldn't make a difference. I'm going to take Goldhof, and then we'll just sit somewhere in between these two. We're obviously going to go take this bandit camp. We want the gold, and there's no way these guys are going to beat us to it. Yeah, they're just going to... They already gave up. They gave up on life. All right, back to the town. And if they try and claim another region, again, we're going to fight them for it. That'll be another region under name. How's our mercenary pool looking? These guys are really cheap, so I do want to hire them and get them off the books so we can get a better unit on there soon. This is a decent one, though. The vultures are really good to have. Yeah, those guys are very strong. We could probably pull this guy off clay, and I think we should, and put him over here on the clay furnace so he can help. Yeah, the production output's not... When you add... The more people you add to a place, you get a diminishing return on the production increase. So it's not the best, but it does help. So I guess if we really wanted to min-max, we would create another clay furnace. But those things cost stone, and we just don't have a lot of stone to spare. We have exactly 0. And we do still need some, so I think we'll hold off on that. Let's get our troops positioned at the midway point. I think somewhere like right around here would be kind of central to every point on both maps, so that should be good. So that'll be our 3rd region, and we have as much as the AI does, and like I said, we're going to fight him for these other 2, so hopefully he tries to claim one soon, though. I really don't want him taking our mercenary troops. Yeah, I think for the next bandit camp that spawns, I'm going to immediately hire these guys, even though it's kind of a waste. I don't want them to pull them out of the recruitment pool, and I think it's worth spending the money to do that. Goldhof is going to pop, and there it goes. So we still are going to be stuck to this one town. As I mentioned, we're stuck with the original starting 5. That means we can't build new towns. So we still have to stick to that. And we wouldn't want to spend our money anyways, because that's, you know, half of our treasury just to get a starter town. So not really a good idea. Now, fuel is starting to go a little bit low. Actually, how's our trade looking here? Yeah, these are okay. Okay, I don't think we have anything else to do here. We just need to wait, bide our time. We need to save up a little bit of money so we can open at least a trade route. We do need to upgrade these guys soon too, but it looks like they don't have enough food. What's going on with that? They have eggs? Yeah, we have eggs. Oh, they're taking it to the stall. There we go. So we should be able to upgrade now. Right, new mercenaries available. What does that mean? Oh, they got rid of them. Interesting. So they're not even in the recruitment pool anymore. It's kind of good, but also kind of bad. It's good because we don't have to worry about the AI hiring them, but kind of bad because I have a feeling the AI is going to hire this flock of geese. So we'll probably recruit this. We do have to keep an eye on our wood usage because we're going to hit winter months soon, and that fuel is going to get cut in half. So we do need to put somebody on the woodcutter's lodge fairly soon. But I think for now we're still in good shape. Yeah, it looks like the eggs are starting to catch up. There we go. We got 100%, so that's really good news. We don't need to upgrade them just yet, though. I think we just bide our time. We just need to build up our stockpile of roof tiles, and then the madness will begin. It'll make a lot of sense. But really, the main job now is just to micromanage between the granary and the large warehouse. We don't want to have somebody in both of these permanently. We need to micromanage as soon as something feels like close to being full, or as soon as one of these stalls goes to 0, or, you know, less than 5. Then we need to make sure that that doesn't happen, so we micro them back and forth. Our stockpile is getting there, 57 roof tiles. We're pretty close. One thing we should probably look at doing soon is upgrading the church. It's just going to give us a little buffer on our approval, because as we upgrade these burgage plots, we're not going to be able to provide them with extra clothing or ale, so that will hit them pretty hard. They'll also want a higher church level too, so it'll avoid that. Just trying to think if it's worth it to do it right now, or if we just continue with the plan. And I think we just continue with the plan. We need to get roof tiles. Oh, here he goes. He's claiming Eichenau. That is good. We'll definitely fight him for it. And it's actually... Ooh. Yeah, I think it's actually good that we have some cheap ones in here, so it's not going to cost us nearly as much to defend this. It's only going to cost us 180 to hire all 3 of these. And that's more than enough to defeat him in battle. But what we're going to do is we're going to delay it just a little bit. And I don't want to accidentally end up inside the battle circle, because if we leave, then we automatically lose. So like if it spawns on our retinue, and then they spawn 5 people and attack us, we have to back, or we'll lose our retinue. And then that means that we'll just automatically lose the battle. So we want to muster our troops together first, and then contest. Yeah, I think we just wait a little bit. We don't have to contest immediately. And actually what we could do, why don't we just muster? Let's get everybody coming. Yeah, see, like these guys spawn right on the edge. That's pretty bad. All right, one more tick, and we're going to contest. So where do they want the battlefield? All the way over there. Eichenau. Is that... Did I get the wrong one? No, I didn't. Wait, how did they hire somebody? There's no mercenaries. Oh, no, it's their usual. Okay, never mind. Alright, we're in very good shape here. Yeah, I kind of like the way this campaign's turning out already. So these guys need to run, but we should be fine. 28 days, we can stomp their army, no problem. Okay, we still need to micromanage here a little bit. I'm kind of tempted to continue getting... I don't know if it's a good idea. I was going to say I'm tempted to continue getting some clay. It's just going to help us a little faster. But maybe there are better things that we can do. I just need a minute to think this through real quick. If I screw up here, this is like the best start possible that I could even imagine. Like even better than I sketched it out on paper. But not actual paper, on my Notion page. I'm old school. Okay, we don't need them in the trading post. We already have 5. There's only 3 more here, and then 2 more in the warehouse that we could potentially move over. So we don't really need him sitting there. Granary's fine. These are all stocked except for fuel. That's really bad. So let's get him. Yeah, just stay in the warehouse, I guess. And we do need to start getting fuel. I'm gonna just throw him on the woodcutter's lodge. I think that's the play. Okay, we'll maintain, and then once we use up all of our clay, which is going to be very soon, let's actually pull somebody off and put him on the mining pit. I'm gonna do it. Let's put him on the mining pit. So we'll continue to convert clay tiles over and boost up our stockpile. It'll make a lot of sense why we need a certain there's what I call a critical mass. We need a critical mass of items, and then we're gonna pull the trigger on our plan. It'll make a lot of sense. But let's focus on this battle first. All right, these guys are not gonna get there in time, so I'm gonna have them sprint. Unfortunately, they're too far south. Luckily, they have pretty good stamina. It's not like the retinue where they, they're out of breath after 5 minutes of jogging. All right, they made it. Beautiful. Let's get them over here. Now we don't want this. This is going to slow down. We don't want to spend an extra month paying these guys. So we really do want this battle to end as soon as possible. And just before we commit to doing that, let's just make sure everything is in good shape here. Fuel, food, clothing. Yeah, everything's good. I'm not going to upgrade. I was going to say we could upgrade these guys since we're at 100%. I don't think we do that yet. I think we just finished the battle. Let's focus on that. Now, it would be really nice if we could just completely eliminate these archers right off the bat. So I'm going to do a bit of a bum rush. So let's use these guys to go around the flank. These guys to cut them off. Because I already know they're going to try and run off the map. So they're pretty much not reacting. We're going to go straight into them. We're going to go straight into them from here. They have only one way to go backwards. They're not going to do it in time, though. Oh, okay. We need to go to where they're going. Oh, beautiful. We caught them. All right, so these guys are going to be able to sandwich. And they will most likely get their morale broken here before we have to fight these other ones. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Again, we're going to put our best fighting force in the front. The archers are just kind of meat, basically just meat to add to the meat grinder. So as soon as we can, we'll get them to flank. All right, these archers are getting shredded. Yep, they will fall very soon. Oh, they are going to try and go fight that. We don't want that. So we're going to sprint. We need to make sure that they don't join that fight, because if then we're trying to defeat them in piecemeal. And if we allow them to join there, then we're the ones getting defeated in detail. So not really an ideal situation. So we're going to go ahead and charge these guys and charge these guys. Let's get our retinue over here. If I can click on them. Why can't I click on my retinue? There we go. All right, these guys are done. They defeated the archers. So let's go ahead and... So what we need to do is swing these archers around. I don't even care if they charge our archers. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and surround and pound here. All right, archers, you need to get over here quickly. So their retinue are completely surrounded. Actually, you know what? Let's not sacrifice our retinue yet. I don't want to put them in. Oh, and I forgot about their brigands. Whoops. All right, they're retreating the retinue for some reason. They probably have the advantage there, but for some reason they're not committing to that fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these guys out and... Oh, interesting. They were trying to get a flank on our guys. You know what we should do is we should charge our retinue into these. These are easy targets, these brigands. And if we... As soon as we clear them up, then we can put them into the fight somewhere else. A little bit tougher battle than I was hoping it would be. But we're going to win this for sure. It's not even a question. Let's get our archers as close to these retinues as possible and just get some volleys into the flank. Yeah, these guys are getting pushed. They're about to die. They're completely surrounded. They're going to break. Yeah, their morale is basically at 0. So they're going to break. Then we can surround the retinue. No big deal. Like I said, the archers at this point are basically just meat shield. They're meant to distract. This guy needs to back out before his thing's completely wiped out. We don't want them to completely lose. All right, 15 days before we have to pay him again. So I think we're still in great shape here. Let's get the retinue pushing forward. That's it. We got him. Oh, no. They didn't. I misunderstood. I thought we got them all. Let's get our archers a little closer. That's pretty much over at this point, though. So let's pause here and take a look at our town just to make sure we're not missing anything, since that battle's pretty much done. So we have a little bit of hides we could sell. Yeah, let's just finish the battle. I think we're okay. We got it. They're out. Victory. So we got another 15 days. We might get a bandit camp spawn here. So I'm going to just leave these mercenaries and the retinue up here. And if they spawn a bandit camp, we can just immediately attack. You know, as soon as we disband, these guys go back into the pool. And it's been a little while since a bandit camp showed up, so I think we'll just chill for a little bit. Let's turn off everybody's sprint so they don't get completely exhausted. There we go. All right, back to managing our town. So we basically took over the map, stuffed these guys. The problem is we're running out of money and we don't have an economy up and running just yet. So we do need to hurry that part up. But the thing is, as soon as we get rid of the neutral territories, we can let them take these over, and that'll buy... Essentially, it's just buying us time. The more provinces we have, the more regions we have, the more time we have to delay their inevitable push into our homeland. So I'm not too concerned, but it is something that we got to worry about. And we are going to get raided in 95 days, so we'll have to keep... We'll have to save some money for that as well. Now, I'm going to pull all these workers. Let's actually get... one more in the large storehouse and just get everything out of all the buildings that we can. And the good thing is our egg production is definitely coming in. We're building up a small stockpile, so eggs are fine. We don't have to worry about eggs. We got 10 clay left to convert. We'll convert all of that. We'll get this guy out of the clay furnace, and then we will start working on our ultimate goal. Oh, 3 days. Shoot, I almost missed it. We almost paid these guys another month. So there's no way, even if something spawns, there's no way we take care of them in 3 days. We won't even have time to travel to them. So let's just cut them loose. We'll keep the retinue here, though. Like I said, we want to be able to get the bandit camp. Although I would much prefer if he tried to take the land and then we could just fight over it without having to risk any of our mercenaries. Yeah, I would love to... Oh, shoot. These guys are on the table. Yeah, I definitely don't want them to be on the table. Okay, well, we'll deal with it. So we'll put somebody back on the trading post. We need to get some of our trade goods over there. Yep, the hides. It's just providing a little trickle so that we can pay for some of these. We need to open up some trade routes. Right, that's it. That's the last of our clay, so we can pull the worker from here once this clay disappears. That's it. So let's get that person on the warehouse. We'll get everything out of this clay furnace. Alright, new mercenary company available. Hopefully it's not one of the crappy ones. It is. Wow. You know what? Maybe it's best if the bandit camp shows up and they start pulling some of these. Like, I really don't want these archers. I would rather have these brigands over the archers, to be honest. Even though it's like half the size of the regiment. But, alright, let's see what happens. Okay, we pretty much have all the clay tiles out of the clay furnace. So this is where we start to enact our plan. So the main goal here, we have enough reserves for everything. We don't need to worry about food, fuel, anything. So I'm going to pull every worker we have off the hunting camp, out of the large storage. Actually, we do have one spare worker, so we're going to use him to micromanage keeping the stalls full. So everybody goes on the trading post. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take our trade logistics perk. That'll allow us to pick up this trade route for cheap. So 25 gold. And we are going to export as much of this tile as quickly as we can. So we have 4 people in there. They're just going to spam carts. Yep, there you go. All those carts. They're going to get all this tile over there. We need to get 50 before the first trade cart comes. It's imperative that we do that. So 4 people is kind of necessary. There we go. We got it. So we got 400 gold. That's perfect. But we need to get the other set of 50 over. Come on, boys. Get your cart. Use the carts. The carts can carry 10 at a time. There we go. So that's 3 carts, 4 carts, and then the next trader should be coming at some point. So where is he anyways? I didn't take a look. Yeah, there he is. So he's coming back. Now, because we have this thing completely stuffed, again, he's going to buy another 50. That's 100 within a very short period of time. That's really good for us. We have another 18 that we can get. So what I'm going to do is actually let's pull a few people off of this. I'm going to put 1 on the mining camp so we can continue to increase our supply. Yeah, we got all of it out, right? We only have 18 left, 20. Oh, because 2 of them are carrying tiles in their hand. Oh, wait. This is where the whole Jeff Bezos thing comes into play. So essentially what we did is we cornered the market here on the roof tiles. They said we sold too much and they crashed the market. So, you know, it doesn't even make sense to have these guys work. I'm going to pull all the workers off. We're not going to have any production now. It's strictly going to be used for sustenance. We're going to get enough food and fuel and stockpile so we don't have to worry about it. So why don't we do that instead? And we can keep maybe just 1 person in here. Let's have 1 person. Yeah, there we go. So essentially what we're trying to do is, or what we did try to do is we tried to crash the market. Now that we crashed the market and we have 900 gold saved up, we're going to immediately import as much of this as we can. We're going to go up to 999 if it'll let us. Because it costs only 1 gold. Oh, wait. I completely did that out of order, but it's fine. We can still do it. We need to get these upgraded as soon as we can because we need that perk. We need the trade perk right away. Yeah, it's set to no trade. That's fine. We're still exporting some of these. That's fine as well. So come on. Good thing that I specifically built these houses right next to the logging camp, so they're really close to the ox, and we can get them upgraded really fast. And we pulled some people so that they can upgrade them quickly. Yeah, 2 houses upgraded. Now, unfortunately, we missed one of the shipments here. That guy just came by. All right, there we go. We got it. So we can take better deals. So that reduces imports by 10. So that means that we can actually import these roof tiles for 1 each. So we want to buy as many of them as possible. We have 900 regional wealth to do so. We will buy all 900 if we can. Although we probably won't be able to get away with that. It'll probably cut us off before we get there. Unfortunately, like I said, we missed 1 cycle of this trade route. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Now, I do want to upgrade the rest of these 5 because... Oh, no, we don't actually need to. I was going to say we want to get the next level, but we need 10 Burgage for that. So it doesn't really make sense to upgrade these others. We get 1 gold per month from these. We're going to be making thousands a month. Literally thousands per month by not doing anything having to do with Burgage plots. So, all right, so we just bought 50 tiles and we only spent 50 gold. So hopefully you can kind of tell what I'm doing here at this point. But essentially what we're doing is we're flooding the market to create a panic. They stop they stop buying and they want to get rid of these things for only 1 gold each. And then by the time they realize what happens, we've already bought a bunch of them for 1. And it's going to flip the market the other way. So now they're going to say, okay, this guy just bought everything. We need to increase the price. The demand goes up. Supply goes down because we bought it all. And then we sell it back to them. So we buy for 1. We're going to sell it back to them for almost nothing. Now, this is an interesting part. I think we're going to have to hire a mercenary group if we don't want to lose it. You know, I don't want them hiring the flock of geese, but I don't care if they hire these other ones. So I'm going to do it. It's not an ideal use of our cash, but it is what it is. Now, these guys need to sprint. Where's their army sighted? So we are a little bit farther away, but it's fine. We'll get there before they do. So the good thing is they did pull this one out of the recruitment pool, so we don't have to look at them anymore. So these guys just need to sprint all the way over there. They'll use up all their stamina, but it's not that big of a deal. We just need to be ahead of these guys. And then how are we doing here? We do need to watch this very closely because if we make a mistake here, it could be very bad. There we go. You can see we bought another 100 and it only costs us 1. Oh, you know what we could do actually? Where's our manor house? We could start taxing our people just a small amount, 5%, no big deal. And that will give us a small trickle of treasury. All right, we're pretty much ahead of them at this point. Oh, raiders. I forgot about that. Shoot. Where did the raiders spawn? Because that's for sure we need to deal with that. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. They spawned in our backfield. Okay, is there anybody... These guys come in Nuslocha? Is that... Yeah, that's the one we're in. So we have to hire these guys. We don't have a choice. Those raiders will completely ruin our day. So what I'm going to do is sprint these guys over here so that we don't get completely wiped out. I didn't even think of that. I forgot the raiders were coming. Yep, here they are. I mean, we could handle them no problem if we didn't have to waste, if we could pull these guys back down to our home territory, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. So we do have to spend the extra money. But I think we're safe enough now where we can afford it. Yeah, these guys are sprinting there to try and torch the whole place. It says we got more mercenaries. That's good. I don't want them hiring the ravenous vultures. That would be bad. So let's try and keep them from that. But we don't have the money to spare to just throw, you know, hire them for nothing. We need to have an actual use for them. All right, enemy unit spotted. Luckily, we got there in time, so we did pull their aggro. They are coming towards us now, so that's fine. We're going to blast these guys with arrows. It's not going to do anything because, like I said, archery got completely nerfed. So unfortunately, that's a thing, but we'll drain some of their morale at least because they're getting picked apart here. Look at that, all those arrows and not a single kill. It's kind of sad, but it's all right. It'll get fixed. So how are we doing here? We're still ahead of these guys, sort of. I'm going to go ahead and bait them out. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is perfect. So the price returned back to the normal import price. So we're going to switch this out to export. And again, we're going to go back down to 0. So if you remember, we made a bunch of them. We sold them for 8 gold each. We sold through about 100 and what, 110, 120, something like that. Then the price plummeted to 1. So we sold them for 8. Price plummeted to 1. We bought them back for 1. Now we're selling them back to them for 8. If we can get enough supply here this time on the next purchase, we can actually have the price go above 8. So it'll be about double this. It'll go to 15 or 16. We'll be able to buy for 1, sell for 16, and we can just artificially inflate and deflate the market as we need to with all the items in the store. We're not going to do it with just this one. We're mostly going to spend most of our time back here with the weapons and armor and all that. It'll make a lot more sense as we go, but just know that it's going to get pretty nasty soon in a good way. All right, we did finally kill one with the archers. Let's make sure these guys pop out but not get completely stomped. There they go. So they're out. And we're just going to immediately run back to our troops. Take them out. How's this fight looking? Oh, they died. Okay, so unfortunately we didn't have to hire these guys. Well, we did have to hire them, but it was a pretty easy fight. So yeah, 45 gold down the drain, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and disband them. We don't need them for anything right now. And then we're going to go ahead and set up an ambush right here. Oh, way up there. These guys are so slow. All right, so they're locked onto the mercenaries. That's not a big deal. So we're just going to ignore. We'll bypass. And we'll just go right to their camp while these guys handle it. Alright, they're trying to run away. They want to go fight these. Unfortunately, we're not going to get enough influence to claim another region. We're just going to have to let him claim it, and then we'll fight him for it. Which is actually not a bad thing. I think we're good on money at this point. We'll start to get a trickle of cash. We don't want to take too much cash out, though. We need to save as much as we can because This is like a legit business. You need a lot of capital. This is basically our operating capital. We need a lot of operating capital because the more we have, the more we can do this. If we cut ourselves too thin and we take a lot of money out, then it basically slows down how quickly we can snowball our pile of cash. Essentially is what's going on. So let's make sure we don't have to pay these guys twice. So influence gain, we got that. These guys are going to run off map. We can disband. They're going to go take that money. That's good. So our only job now is to basically stare at this and make sure that we don't make a bad trade. So the cart's coming. It's going to buy another 50. Beautiful. It puts us at 1,500. Wait. Why are we... Oh, crap. Crap. We have dead bodies. I totally forgot about that. So we need to get... Yeah, we need to get everybody out. No, we need to have at least one person in there. We need to get everybody out and into the church. Oh, I don't have it. Shoot. The upgraded church allows you to have three spaces. This one does not, but we can still build a burial mound, whatever they call it, a corpse pit, and then we can occupy it. The problem is the bodies need to be buried, and if we leave them, we're going to get a massive approval hit, and we really don't want to deal with that. So I'm actually going to turn off taxation right now because, again, I don't want to deal with the hit to our approval if we're going to have these dead body approval debuff. Yeah, it hasn't hit us yet, but it's going to hit us very soon, and it hits hard. In the previous episode, we started trading. The AI began taking our mercenaries, we claimed a third territory, won a contested fourth territory, and began the market manipulation. So this is the last region. Let's just go chill in the center of the map. And like I said, if another bandit camp shows up, we'll have first dibs on it. If they try to attack, we'll just stop them. Yeah, I think there we go. Corpse pit's done. We can have these people work at it. So they're going to go grab the bodies. And we shouldn't have any issue with the dead body now, actually. Yeah, I think we got them pretty quick. Back in action. We can put people back on the warehouse. Unburied bodies. We're still getting a debuff from it for some reason. There's a body over here then? Yeah, that guy probably. There we go. Okay, so that should be it. We shouldn't have to deal with the unburied bodies. The worst thing you can do is fight in your own territory. You get an increase to your morale, but I don't think it's worth it. So we sold through all of our roof tiles, so we're good there. We just need to wait for the market to catch up and say, oh wow, we just bought a bunch. We have too much. Let's drop the price. So once that happens, we'll be in good shape. Where should we put this worker? We have plenty of fuel. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about really much of anything at this point. We just need to let some time elapse. Let the market catch up. We can take one of these guys off. Let's actually put a second person on the hunting camp. We're still getting a slow trickle from the hides, so I do want to continue that trend. And then as our food increases, we can probably start to sell some of those things off. Like our max, we could set a limit for our food so we don't just go too crazy. So like the meat, we could probably export once we hit 40. That should be fine. And then the eggs, we can set it even lower because there's no labor involved in that. So we could set it at 20. That's basically 4 months supply. This is 8 months of supply. That's not true. We have 7 families. That's not true. 7, 14, 20. So let's just do maybe 3 months. So 3 months of supply there, and then 6 months of supply there. And then, like I said, we'll just sell the excess off. It's not going to be worth a whole lot, but it'll keep our warehouses and our storehouses from getting too full. So you can see we could have been buying roof tiles this whole time, or selling roof tiles this whole time, but unfortunately, there is a bit of a delay from when it actually catches up that you've bought too much or sold too much. So we just need to keep refreshing this until we see the pricing updated. There it is. Okay, so we need to immediately switch to import and then 9. And we do have quite a bit of money, so we could probably start doing this with something else. We could do some stuff on the major trade tab. These are worth a decent amount. I don't want to have to keep switching between tabs like this. I'd like to do as many on one tab as possible. So I think the game plan here is to buy stuff off of the military tab. And we'll start down here. Maybe we do something that's a little bit less expensive so we don't blow through all of our inventory is basically our wealth. That's our inventory. You might think the war bows and all this stuff is inventory, but it's really not. Our inventory is how much money we have, and we need to make sure we have enough money to at least buy a new product so that we can sell it cheaper later. And we can't take out like a loan from the bank or anything to buy inventory. So I think what we'll do, is it worth it to do the 5? I don't think it is. I think we just go right into the 8. So if we buy 100, that's 800. That'll put us at half of what we currently have. That's fine. I think we can do that. Let's buy 100. So we're going to buy 100 sidearms, and then we'll stop there. And then again, we need to keep tabs on these, making sure as soon as this gets off of the 1 import price, we need to stop. Oh, and you know what I'm going to do also is let's not allow any... I don't want any of these weapons going into the storehouse. At least not yet. If this trade post gets full, then yeah, we will. But for now, we don't want that. Because then what happens is these people are pulling inventory. And then when we need to sell it again, then these people are putting it back. It's like you're working against yourself, basically. So we don't want that. All right, what else do we need to do? So we also don't want roof tiles to go here as well. So let's disable that from our large warehouse, and then the trading post will be able to handle it. So it's just going to sit in inventory here. There we go. There's our roof tiles. We got 50 for 50 gold. We bought 50 sidearms for 8 each, so 400. That's a very expensive purchase, but like I said, it takes money to make money, and we're about to make a massive amount of money in a short period of time. Although, to be honest, we kind of handled the map without even having to do that. We're going to need it anyways. I don't think we have enough money to push these guys all the way out, because we're going to need to do a couple things. We still need to get influence so we can claim these territories, and then we still need money to be able to hire these guys. Having 5 families is just not possible unless you're doing something like this. So yeah, I take back what I said. You still need to you still need to do this. All right, trade. This one is looking good. So we got another 400. Is it worth it to buy more? No, it's not worth it. We need the price on this one to completely drop out. So we're going to go no trade on this and wait till this updates. And then we're going to keep watching this roof tile. We still have money to buy as many roof tiles as we can get our hands on. So that's good. The other thing we could do actually is we could import some stuff. So we do actually need some more, another food type. We could import something that's really cheap, like vegetables. Vegetables are really cheap, and we don't need a whole lot of it. I think maybe we just import up to like 20. And if we really wanted to, we could import a bunch of other stuff too, but I think we'll just leave it at that. Now, one thing that you might want to do is before this trade cart comes, close the trading post and open up it again. Sometimes it'll update the price without you knowing. I've noticed an issue with not just trade posts, but other buildings. If you have it up, it will not actually update live, or it'll be delayed by quite a bit. So sometimes if you want to get it to force the update, just close it, open it back up, and then you can see the real time. This one should be the real time one. So prices are still good here. We don't need to worry about paying too much for these. Yeah, 150. That's so good. And then we don't need to worry about the pricing until these guys come back again. So we're good. If we really wanted to take this thing up to like the max, maybe what we'll do once we clear out the map, maybe I'll do this where I relocate the entire town down here, and then we'll just see how much money we can get. Like maybe we can get to 1 million in like a reasonable amount of time. Remember, the biggest, so our inventory is money, and our bottleneck is how fast these guys can get to us and back to their trade post. So if we literally put the trade post on the edge of the map, that minimizes the travel time, which means we can just trade incredibly fast, and we'll be making some stupid trades. You'll see soon. You'll see soon. I did some testing, and you could make like 2,400 gold per trade sometimes, and then you're doing that across 10 items at once. I mean, it's insane how much money you... All right, so we are spending a little bit of our cash, but like I said, it's going to a good cause. It'll increase our granary. These guys are going to have multiple types of food, so we probably don't have to worry about the lack of entertainment or the church level being too low, all that stuff. I think we're probably okay. We'll probably want to import those eventually anyways. I think maybe the ale we'll skip because that's just too hard to maintain. The clothing we can do though, because that's only once a year. But the ale, we'll have to update that and keep a worker in there, and I just don't want to be bothered. Okay, so the trade cart's back. We need to update our pricing. We're still good. Let's buy another set of tiles. Oh yeah, 50. The other thing you can do is sometimes I've noticed is even this one won't update in time. So you just need to watch your trading post like a hawk. If you see that right now we should be buying these at 50 gold per 50 inventory, if you see any number besides 50 show up here, like let's say it goes up to 200, then you know that the price rebounded. So you need to quickly take that off so that you don't accidentally buy more. I've noticed it before sometimes where it shows 1, but the purchase price went back to normal, and so I ended up buying stuff at way too high of a cost. Zvayao is being attacked. That's not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. Not on our watch. So let's go ahead and sign the contract. We're going to take all the mercenaries, so he doesn't even have a chance. And we need to get our guy out of here. Okay, good. So the battlefield is actually over here in Goldhof. Alright, there's the enemy forces. We may be crossing paths here. Oh, crap. Ah, that is so stupid. We're gonna have to fight him with these 3, and then these guys are all gonna have to catch up to reinforce. Well, luckily these guys are close though. So why don't we do this? Let's go to the edge of the battle map, as far back as we can go. Let's just pull everybody back. If we leave the circle, then unfortunately we'll have wasted our money. The battle just ends. Now these guys aren't too far actually. No, this is fine. They're not too far. I don't want my retinue to get caught here, and they look like they are going to get caught if we don't kind of divert them a little bit. So let's do that, and as soon as... Oh, see, there it goes, there it goes. Okay, perfect. This is perfect timing. So if you recall, we started out at 8, sold them all, bought them back for 1, sold them again for 8, bought them back for 1. And now because our volume went up, so we were only trading 100 at a time before. Now by trading 200, that's enough to get the market to overcorrect, like critically overcorrect. So now we bought it for 1, we're selling for 16. That's a 15 gold profit on 200 items. It's a massive, massive profit. So we're going to go back down to 0. We're going to export. And then let's see, this one overcorrected as well. Wow, only 100. So we can export these, go back down to 0. And we're going to be swimming in cash, like actually swimming in cash. I'm going to turn the tax back on now that we've got more food. We've got good food groups in here. And what I'm also going to do is let's trade for some clothing items. We have to open up a trade route for it though. That sucks. I don't like opening a ton of trade routes because what ends up happening is they start running into each other if you have too many. So I want to open the minimum amount of trade routes that we need to actually pull this off. So like this one we needed in the beginning because that's the item that we could actually supply ourselves quickly and then do this whole market manipulation. But then if we do this, we have to open a trade route to get any amount of these, and that's 2 more trade carts if we do like clothing and ale. And then we're going to be opening another 5 or 6 over here, or maybe even more. It's not ideal. You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to flood the market with carts because they'll start glitching out and running into each other. So I think we'll just try and survive. We just need to be above 25% before people start leaving. So I think it's okay. I'm just going to leave it. That was a long-winded way of saying we're not going to do anything. All right, these guys are chasing after a retinue, which is kind of good, but also kind of bad because these guys are in the way. All right, we're gonna be able to defeat them in detail here. Yeah, if you want to do an archer duel, that's actually even better. I don't mind that at all. So let's get these guys in position. We can get some good shots on them. These guys are ready to do battle. No big deal. This should be an easy fight for us. Now, these guys are going to try and go for a flank. What I might end up doing is just trying to sandwich them right now. There we go. We can sandwich them for sure. I'm going to actually send the retinue as well. And I'm going to send these guys forward. Make sure that they don't interfere. I don't want them to interfere. Their archer... What the heck? How did they get there so fast? Holy crap, those archers went fast. They were literally just right here. They sprinted across the gap, man. They got me. They got me on that one. They caught me sleeping. Alright, these archers should not be put in melee range. Unfortunately, I did that. Let's see if we can react in time. I'm going to put these guys in shield wall, actually. Yeah, we can hold. We just need to buy time so that we can get the rest of our troops in. And then these archers... Oh, nice. The retinue's coming to mess up the archers. Which I wouldn't be upset if they did. I really don't care about the archers too much. Oh, now unfortunately they just completely ignored and ganged up on this guy. So what I'm going to do is... Let's send our archers to skirmish with their archers. These guys need to get in there, like, right now. So we're going to sandwich him. These guys are all fully cleared. Alright, their retinue backed out. They actually had a change of heart here. Alright, these guys are free. Let's get them involved. I might actually attack the retinue, because then we can have advantage in numbers here. We'll have a slight advantage in numbers here. I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm actually going to sacrifice the retinue. That's fine. Let's get our archers over there. Yeah, point blank range. We'll fire at will. These guys are dueling. That's fine. Just keep them busy. Actually, you know what we should do? We should be using our archers here to get into melee range. That's what we should be doing. Yeah, so these archers are going to literally move inside their formation so they can get into melee range. Same thing with these guys. Get in there. We just need to put enough weight and numbers so that they lose their morale and break. Like, these guys are starting to lose some. Yeah, we're losing our retinue. It's going to be very expensive for us. But there's not much we can do. I am going to pause for a second just to make sure we're not doing anything stupid over here. And it looks like we're okay. Yeah, both of our trades are still in good shape. For the battle of the week. And that retinue is tough. Oh, they broke. They broke. There's only one left. Everybody get in there. They all of them broke. Oh, they all broke. Alright, so we just need to bum rush. Every man for themselves. Yeah, this is pretty much done. We're gonna have to chase him out. We'll chase him out of the circle. Not a whole lot else we can do here. Unfortunately, they're gonna run and do stupid things, but we can pretty much ignore it now. You know what I am gonna do though is leave. Let's leave one group of archers inside the circle just so they don't do anything stupid like saying, "Oh, you lost because you left the circle," even though they're the ones that left the circle first. I'm gonna pull the retinue back as well, just because I don't want to lose any more of them. There we go. We caught him. That should be a slam dunk. Go back to our base, our town. Enemy unit has been spotted. What the hell are you talking about? They were literally right in front of us. Okay. Okay, how are we doing here? Yeah, pricing is still good. We made 750 on that. So you can see right now we're at 4,000 gold. It's pretty quick how fast it can get out of hand. And we're doing 5% of this, so that means we're making 200 gold a month. We could basically keep these guys full time if we really wanted to. And we might want to do that soon, but not yet. So we ended up taking the land. So we'll disband. We don't have to worry about any bandits coming anymore, so let's send our retinue back. We need to get those guys back. And then we'll end up boosting their numbers and fitting them out now that we've got a decent amount of cash in the bank. We do need to save, though, because we need to hire mercenaries. When this guy tries to attack us, we'll need to do that. All right, we'll keep an eye out for these trade... Where are you? Those trade carts. And the marketplace is being satisfied, so we're good there. Here we go. Here comes the trade carts. So again, we're just going to slow it down a little bit as soon as they get within range, and we'll just update our pricing. All right, so we can't do any more sidearm trading. We're going to go no trade on that. We could open another trade route if we wanted to, actually. Why don't we do that? Because we've got quite a bit of cash. So establish trade route. We're going to import 100 polearms. That'll be our third trade item. Nice, 800. So we sold another set of tiles. If we can get all 200 of the ones that we had at the full price of 16, that would be perfect, actually. We probably don't need 2 people on that. I'm going to throw... If I can get the granary worker to open a stall, that would be ideal. Oh, this guy wants to open the stall, that's why. There we go. Yeah, I don't want you to open the stall. We'll have still somebody on the hunting camp. That's fine. Actually, we need to have 2 people in the trade post because we're going to need to move goods out. There you go. So we're importing polearms. That is starting to happen now. And it looks like we sold the last of our roof tiles, so we're going to stop exporting. And it looks like 200. We could still probably do one more trade before the prices flip. New mercenaries. What do we get? Yeah, it's the same crappy ones, unfortunately. But you know what I want to do is let's hire some of these bad ones and just keep them on retainer, basically, because I do want to have at least some protection if we get raided again. That last one was really scary. We got very lucky that the group that we could hire spawned in the same region that we are, because that could have been the end of the run right there. Like, if they came through and killed everybody, that's GG. That would have been very unfortunate. Yeah, I knew it was possible, but I didn't think it was a likely scenario. Okay, we gotta pause here. Shoot. So the pricing on... Oh, you know what I should do is just leave these on full trade. That would even be smarter, because then I don't have to keep flipping it back and forth. So full trade basically means whatever you set your target surplus for, it will try and trade for that amount and keep it there as like a stable amount the whole time. So generally that's a really good one you want to use. Oh shoot. I thought I forgot to disable polearms, but I actually did. The full trade is nice because let's say we set our target, we want to buy at least 250. So last time we did 200. We still had room to probably do one more trade, so I think we can do 250 this time. And then what we can do is set 250 target here. And then instead of having to flip this thing back and forth, we could just leave it. And then when we want to sell, we just set the price lower than 250 and we'll end up selling it. That's not what I wanted, actually. Full trade. We don't want a full trade on sidearms. We want the price to crash for sidearms first. And it doesn't look like it's caught up yet, so yeah, we'll leave those alone then. All right, we're selling polearms. We bought them for 8, selling them for 12, so we're making 4 profit on that. That's not great, but you know, we got to build up the stockpile and make sure that we're able to crash the market when we need to. So here's our bodyguards. Oh man. Now, if I'm not mistaken, after enough time, these guys should update, and we should be able to hire more people. So what we want to do is we want to hire all the cheap ones. And then when it comes time for a big battle, then we'll want to hire the big boys. All right, so that actually went really well. So we full traded all the way down. So we sold off all our polearms. We did, what, 4 times 100? So we made 400 gold from that one trade. So that's not bad, but it can get much better. We just need to let the price adjust more. I'm curious why sidearms didn't go crazy. I don't know if it didn't update or if it's going to stabilize down to 8, which is fine. Maybe when we do our first buy, we need to buy 200 instead of 100. But we'll see. Let's see what it does. And then, like I said, we'll keep hiring these. Assuming that a third mercenary group replaces these guys, then we'll come in behind and hire them so they don't get snapped up. We want to make sure we have room for the big ones. So we did get another mercenary group, it says. Yeah, so it looks like we can hire the cheapos if we really need to. This 45 is pretty cheap as well. How much are we making? Treasury is going up by 269 a month, so we can afford up to that, at least without losing money. So I think we should probably do that. Let's hire some of these expensive ones. And the ones that we don't really want, we'll just keep them around and make room for the big boys. And like I said, as we increase our influence, or most likely what's going to happen is we're going to get attacked. He's going to try and take a piece of land, and we're going to need to hire mercenaries to fight them off. All right, I am a little concerned here. Yeah, it looks like we chopped these too short. We need to get more inventory. Oh, the market adjusted quick on this one. I think it might have something to do with full trade. It never did that to me before. Let's export. I'm going to do it manually then. Yeah, that was... I don't know why I did that. I deviated from my plan. I should not have done that. So let's go... If we do 100 of each, that's 1,800. Let's do 200. Wait. 100 of each would be 1,800. It'd be 1,600 total. If we do 230... No, we need to do more than that. We need to get up to maybe 150 each. And then this one, we're just going to export down to 0, and hopefully it's enough to crash the market. Actually, you know what? We should probably import another 50 just to be safe. Yeah, I did not foresee that being an issue. I should not have done that. I should have just kept using import and export. All right, we got more bodyguards coming. All right, no full trade, please. Import. We're burning through cash pretty quickly here. We're down to 2,700. I feel like we need to go to 200, though, in order to get a really good market overcorrection. It'll be a couple months before we can actually do another good buy. There we go. We're getting the good ones in now. Let's hire this last group. Yeah, the price went up, so what we're going to do is, I think we're just going to drop the market. Let's just drop everything 0. Oh, beautiful. That's really good. Yeah. This is actually perfect. So we don't want to buy, obviously. So we're going to be able to sell these for close to double what we paid for, and then we should crash the market, buy in at 1, sell them at 15, and we're just going to keep doing that. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. So looks like you should not be using full trade when you use this method. It is not a good idea. One thing we might need to start doing soon is using our storehouse. I think we might need to start doing that, actually, unfortunately, because this trading post is almost full. Oh, you know what? That makes me think of something. If we did not just generic storage and we did other items, we wouldn't have to. Like if we used ale goes into the pantry, and then all the food items go into the pantry. There's not really any food items that are worth a lot. The highest is bread at 4, but that's not going to be that great. Yeah, we're going to get the best spread by doing these items, and then eventually we're going to get down to this plate armor, and that one's going to give us a massive amount of money. Let's stick to the game plan. But I think what we do is we can open it up to at least the roof tiles. So we'll transport the roof tiles back and forth, and then that'll leave just the weapons in there. Let's not do it yet, though. Let's wait till we run out of space, and then we'll add it, actually. Keep doing this. This is fine. And what I'm going to do is switch this over. I'm going to full trade all these items and just keep them at 20. We want to buy and sell enough. I don't want to have to put people back on our production, our hunting camp, because as you can see, every family is worth a certain amount of gold per month. And if we have to gather our own meat by working in the hunting camp, it's actually costing us money instead of just straight importing it and leaving them in their prospective buildings. So we're going to leave that. So 3 types of food. We might want to get a 4th type of food, actually, even maybe a 5th, because it's going to give us even more approval. Our approval is getting kind of low, and I don't like doing that. It's a little scary. So we'll full trade a few more of these things. You know what? That's probably too many. 4, 5. Let's just do 4. Let's just do 4 for now. If we need to open it up more, we can do it later. And then as far as... we'd have to open up a trade route for the leather. We haven't even used our leather yet, though. That's really interesting. Yeah, we haven't even used up that initial leather. What year are we in? 3. How did we not use that leather yet? Is it bugged, or did I make a mistake when I said that clothing lasts for only 1 year? Maybe it lasts longer. I'm pretty sure I measured it at 1 year, so there's something weird going on there. Either with me not understanding it or it's bugged. Let's go ahead and get rid of the rest of this. What we'll do is I'm actually going to, instead of dealing with leather, because again, I don't want to open up another trade route. That's going to create more of a traffic jam. We can satisfy that need with 2 other things. We could do yarn. And we don't need much. We just need 5. And then we could also do linen. That's going to give us a boost. Yeah, if we do linen and yarn, that's going to satisfy the clothing need twice as much as it should be. And it's not going to open it. We don't need a trade route to do that. We only need 5 every year. And then it's the people that do the wandering traders. They're the ones that'll drop it off. So we don't really have to worry about it. Okay, we need to focus on what we have here. So market crash, we need to get rid of these inventories, but we need to make sure we do it before the pricing changes. Here we go. Money's going back up. And then one thing that we will have to do in the near future is we're going to have to import a lot of food and then use that to tithe because we need to get our influence up. That's the only way we really get influence at this point. I think we get it through battles too, so when we defend, I think we'll get a little influence from doing that too, but it's going to be the main way that we earn money. So we got 3 more shipments before the price should fluctuate. Yeah, 600, 750, that's looking good. Where's that other trader? Beautiful, 800. We're back up to 6,500. And like I said, we're making 5% on taxes. That scared me. Shoot, I thought that was somebody else's troops. Those are our own. Those are the mercenaries we hired. Yeah, pricing is still good. We just ran out of inventory, so we need to wait for the market to overcorrect here. The pole arms are going to update again. Yep, they're still good. And what we could do, why don't we get another item going now while we're waiting anyways? I don't want to just sit around doing nothing. So let's go ahead and get a... It sucks because I only want to do the ones that are going to give us 8. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do mail armor. We're going to go ahead and import. Let's go to maybe 200. I think 200 is probably the ideal amount for each item. And actually, if we can juggle these so that we're importing one item while the other one's getting exported, then we won't even have to deal with our inventory. Right? Because if we're stockpiling one item while we're selling the other one off at the same time, they kind of... One will go from 200 to 0, and the other one will go from 0 to 200, and it should technically even out, assuming that they can keep pace with each other. But anyways, I want to import 200 pieces of mail armor. Now, let's see if there's anything else we can do here. Just these 2. I don't want to have these guys on payroll. We'll just save them for when we have the big battles, and these other guys we can keep permanently. We can afford 135, right? What are we getting each month? We got 429. Yeah, actually, we can probably afford these guys permanently, even these other ones too. But and we are starting to get some supplies in here. It looks like apples. Yeah, the different food types are coming in, so that should help us with, like I said, offsetting some of the lack that we have. I think we should probably upgrade the church though. This is not looking too good. We can just import what we need. So we need 20 stone, 10 planks, and then did we sell off all of our roof tiles? We did. Oh, beautiful. We can use some of these. So let's import 200. We're going to need a little bit of stone as well. Let's just get that up to 20. And then the planks, import that. I don't even remember what we need, but we'll just get 20. We'll have a little bit of extra. So roof tile, stone, plank. We should have enough to upgrade the church. That'll get rid of one of these modifiers. Church level too low. Yeah, that'll get rid of that one. All right, the price dropped on these down to 4. I was hoping they would go a little bit more than that, but it's okay. 4 is still not bad. Let's get maybe up to 150 of each. I have a feeling the price might whipsaw around a little bit on us on that, so I'm gonna not go too aggressive on it. Yeah, I feel like I'm a stock trader right now. It's basically what it is, like medieval stock trading. We got raiders near New Slocha. Yep, they spawned in right on us this time. Again. Usually the raiders kind of come from all over the map, but it's like that's not the case now. I'm not really concerned about it. We just need to get everybody in line. They're gonna run right in. Oh, actually that's bad. Shoot, we're gonna have to deal with the bodies. Yeah, and it's gonna be multiple groups. That's the bad part. That's okay. What we're gonna do is let's just go down as close to the corpse pit as we can, and that way the travel time is really fast for where they pick up the bodies up and where they bury them. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. It looks like they are actually running into issues, so let's get off of the road. The trader keeps running into our army. All right, here they come. They can't even get to us. So we'll send them to flank. Send them to flank. All right, we do want to shoot some arrows at these guys before they get to us, hopefully. Yeah, there you go. That'll slow them down. They almost get stun locked, which is kind of cool. That'll soften them up a little bit. Also, I noticed getting shot at by arrows does reduce your morale. So it does still affect them, but it just doesn't do physical damage like it should. That needs to be patched. All right, we don't want to lose too many of these guys because then we'll have to fire them and rehire them. There we go. So we're good. Now, the unfortunate thing is we are going to have to pull people off. Let's actually do that right now. Put them in the corpse pit. Let's just get everybody in the corpse pit. Wait, is there more? I thought I just heard more raiders, but I don't think so. So I think they're just yelling. Okay, that's fine. Let's pay attention to what we're doing here. This is more important. Make sure we're not making bad trades. Now, the other thing we can do as soon as these guys are done burying bodies, we should upgrade the church. We still need the planks and stuff, though. Oh, crap. We have no storage. We have room for one more shipment, which is not going to be enough. We need to... Yeah, we need to clear the trading post, actually. That's going to be pretty important. All right, do we have all the bodies out? Yeah, all the bodies are out. So what I'm going to do is put everybody on the warehouse. Let's open up the stock. Let's just get everything out. It's fine. I don't want to clog up the inventory. So everything that we can get out, we'll get out. Use your little wheelbarrows, please. What I'll probably end up doing is creating a second warehouse on this side. And then we can have weapons on one side, non-weapons on the other side. And we'll just handle it that way. Yeah, see, this guy's trading. Oh, he did actually drop some stuff off. That's good. This next one's not going to be able to, though. And the market still hasn't adjusted yet. So, oh, this is bad. We're going to miss. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have room. That sucks. I messed up. I wasn't far enough ahead of that. Yeah, the prices haven't adjusted yet still. So we missed, I think, one polearm shipment. Or maybe not. Maybe that's the polearm shipment. Yeah, that was the polearm shipment. So we didn't miss it, actually. Now, unfortunately, the prices didn't really adjust that much on these. Yeah, I thought they would do a lot more than that. Let's go to 250 on these at the 4 and see if we can... Okay, I did something wrong here. They're getting kind of upset, actually. This is pretty bad. We need to upgrade, but we're going to have items damaged from the rain. This is so bad, man. Come on. Come on, warehouse. Do your job. You know what I should do is instead of trading down to 0, what I need to do is keep like a minimum supply. Let's just assume we make our 0 point at like 300. So if we have 300 of every item, that'll be our 0 point. Just pretend that 300 is 0. So if we trade up to 600, then they will crash the market, and then we could buy even more above that. And then when we go to sell, if we ever have to, basically we need to have enough inventory that when the market goes all the way up, we have enough inventory to take advantage of it. And if it goes all the way down, we need to have enough money to buy that stock. So that's what I'm thinking we should probably do. So 300 is too much, obviously. I think maybe minimum of like 200. So let's just get up to 200 of each of these. And then, well, but what we need to do is 200 is the minimum. So let's say we want to trade 200 of each. Let's go up to 400 on these. So we bought 200 of the chainmail or the mail armor. That should go down, and then we can buy up to 400. And then again, this one needs to go up to 400. So I think that's what we'll do. That sounds, in my head, it sounds reasonable. I don't know if it works that way. But either way, we need to get this trading post is just killing me right now. Man, that's brutal. In the previous episode, we began the Bezos trading post shenanigans, won our 5th territory battle, and defeated raiders. Okay, storehouse. Yeah, we just lost a ton of money right now because of the warehouse. Oh, you idiots. Use your stupid carts, man. Okay, here we go. So the price went up. We need to export. So it did update. That is really good news. Yeah, I think we'll just sell all the way down. If we have to deal with it, we'll deal with it. I was going to say we want to save a little bit so we can upgrade the church. What I'm going to do is turn off taxation because we're getting kind of dangerous. We're getting to that point where we might actually dip below. Yeah, that lack of entertainment is brutal, man. We might have to import beer. So if we deal with the church level, that'll be 6. Fuel on the market is a problem, and then taxation is a problem, but it should be okay. Yeah, so it looks like this is what we're going to be stuck with. Oh, you know what? 1500. No, we need more. We need more influence. We need 2000 to be able to contest a region. So we're going to wait. Come on, traders, sell your stuff before you lose everything. And we can't even upgrade that. I'm going to throw somebody over here on the saw pit. We can just get it ourselves. We have a lot of logs. We need to upgrade this. If we have multiple storehouses, they're more likely to use the carts rather than do it by hand, which is what they're doing right now. It's kind of stupid, but okay, come on, sell some stuff, please. Nope, he bought even more. Yeah, I should probably turn the trading off, but we can't really afford to do that right now. Oh shoot, yeah, these are actually, they need to be switched to export now. Okay, so we can offload some of this inventory. Let's just do that. So 0, 0. We bought some of these for 8, some of them we bought for 4. Most of it we bought for 8, so we'll get double our money back on that at least. So what are we doing here? We just made some money back. Yeah, that's fine. I think I messed up a little bit there, but we're still making money, so I guess a little bit of loss is kind of expected. It's an acceptable amount. You can't be perfect all the time. Especially me, I make so many mistakes all the time. I would love to upgrade this church. We just need the stone now, so what I'm going to do is pull this guy off. Are we even getting stone? We're getting a tiny trickle of stone. Let's just get our own. And we will keep one person in the trading post. I pulled him earlier. Let's put him back. Yeah, this is much better actually. Yeah, this should have been the way to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to micromanage. When we need to import a ton, we will. When we need to export stuff, then we need the warehouse workers to restock, and we need to import. Then we put them all on the trading post so they can go around and gather all the supplies. So that should be good. How are we looking here? Still getting good pricing on everything, so we're just going to sell through. Man, this is getting really close, actually. I don't like that. We're almost at 25. If we lose somebody right now, that would be devastating. Like, absolutely devastating. Dude, what if we set our tax to just 1%? Do we still get approval loss? We don't. I'm going to leave it at 1%. As long as we get a trickle, the more money we have in here, the more money we'll make anyways. Even at 1%, we got 10K, it's going to be 100 gold a month, which is just about enough to cover what we have. And we have 1,000 in the bank, so we can afford a slight loss. So 7 stone, we need 20, and then we need to keep enough. Actually, why don't we sell... Oh, we sold all of our roof tiles. Whoops. Although it says we have 50 still. Oh, because it's reserved. Okay, what I'm going to do... Let's export down to 10. Just make sure we keep 10. And then we'll have the upgrade. Yeah, like I said... Oh, crap, dude. 27%. We're going to dip down below. 26. Yeah, we're going to dip down below. If we lose somebody, that would be really frustrating. Okay, so we got the monthly tick, and we're not going to have taxation on this one. We might be okay then. How are we looking on the trades? I don't want to export at below market value. I don't mind exporting at market value though. This one will drive the price lower, and then we'll just keep buying it up. So this one we're gonna flip these to import, and again let's go up to, I think 250 is a good number. Anything lower than that, and you just don't get these price swings that are big enough. Like this one's only 1. Yeah, this should be 2 red arrows, not 1. I think same thing here. We're just gonna import, even if it's not the lowest price possible. I think we'll still make a good profit by doing that. And then I want to open up this final trade route. Not the final one, but this is one that's really important. So I'm going to do 100 of these. That's going to be 2,400 gold. It's very expensive, but if we can manipulate the market on this, it'd be really nice. 100, or you know what we could do? We could do it slow. Why don't we just do it slowly? Let's do like 25 at a time. Yeah, that's fine. We could do it a little more conservatively. We're in a really good spot. We don't need to do anything risky. So why don't we just avoid the risk? We still need 20 stone. All right, we did buy plate armor, 25 of them. Let's go another one up to 50. It's fine. We'll just do a little bit at a time so we don't drain our regional wealth too much all at once. Yeah, we're starting to get back down below the approval limit again, which is not good. Why is the stone taking so long? 400. So we're liquidating stuff. I really need that worker back. Having one less worker is pretty painful. So we got our 20. Let's pull and let's upgrade the church. So we don't have to worry about that. That will fix a little bit of our approval issues. There we go. We bought more plate armor. We can buy a little bit more. Like I said, we'll just creep our way up. And as soon as the price drops on this, we're going to spam and just buy a ton. And then we'll sell it back to them. And then we'll start the loop on that. So this one is pretty much done. We can stop the trading on mail armor. And then hopefully the market corrects on that. So these ones we're still buying. And we can't afford to take any more families to help build a small church, which it's going to take a very long time. But it is what it is. So we're only importing right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's nothing that we're exporting right now. So that means if we're only importing, we don't need anybody in this trade post. So I'm going to pull him off and help. He should be able to help. Storage is full again. That's okay. We need to build the church. And as soon as that's done, we can pile more people over here. We need to get this upgraded as well. But we'll wait until the church is done before we start messing with that. All right, new mercenary company. No, it's the same ones. Okay, this one price crashed, so we're going to export. That's good. Oh, look at that. The mail armor went down to 1. That is so good. So we're going to buy as much of that as we can. Market crashed on these. And how did this one do? Interesting. So this one went up because we bought 75. It went up all the way to 48. So we can export all of that. So if we're primarily exporting now, that means we need to have people working in the trade post. So I'm going to put 2 people there. One person's still building the church. There we go. 800 gold. We're getting our money back. 2,400. See that? I was telling you before, 2,400 is the big one. So that is this. We just exported 50 of these plate armor, which gave us 2,400 gold. That is such a big trade. This church is so painful, man. Look at this. We just got the planks. Now we're doing the tile. Having one family is just not ideal. All right, trades are looking healthy. The price adjusted, we were, I think, getting double. Now we're getting the normal amount, which is fine because we bought these at 1. So we'll still make a profit there. The price went up on the mail armor. I'm going to export what we have. I don't want to mess with that too much. The sidearms. I think we bought for a decent price. The pole arms, we probably want to import now since those adjusted downward. And then again, the plate armor, look at that. We can buy these for 3 each. So for sure, we're going to import as much of this plate armor as we can. Maybe get up to like 250, 200 to 250. And what we might need to do is slow down. I think we're trading too many items and we can't keep up with it, because normally I could trade through these completely, go from zero to 300 and back to 0 without any issues. But I don't think we have enough people to handle that. So, oh yeah, look at that. We dipped below 24. That is so bad. Crap, dude, we're gonna lose somebody. Finish the church, please. Okay, church is done. That should help some. And then I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna have to import some clothing and then probably do the ale. I really don't want to deal with that. It's not good. So shoes and cloaks and clothes all satisfy the same thing. Obviously, clothes are the cheapest, so it doesn't make sense to import anything but that. So let's get a stockpile of 5. We're going to also import ale, and we're going to get a stockpile of maybe like 10, because we will use more of those than we will some of the other items. And that means we're going to need a tavern. So let's go ahead and use our worker here to build us a tavern. Now, if I need to build one more warehouse, I believe I can fit it here still. Yeah, I can still fit one right here. So I'm going to use this little space directly across the street so that we can micro the tavern worker a lot easier. It's that lack of entertainment. Not having beer, we only have 2 families, but not having beer is just so brutal. All right, we do have ale. So as soon as we get this thing up, we can start serving people ale. Come on, man, hang in there. Oh, okay, we just got above 25. We just barely got it. Nope, it's at 25 again. Shoot. We almost have it. These degenerates really want their booze. Okay, prices are still looking stable, so I just need to focus on keeping people from leaving the town. All right, tavern's done. Let's put that worker in the tavern, and we need to make sure the granary does not take the ale. There we go. We got ale. Go get your fill. You don't have to worry about lack of entertainment anymore. And actually, what I should probably do is buy more ale to stock it up so I don't have to micromanage it as much. We'll keep a supply of like maybe 50. We'll keep it all in the tavern, and as soon as it runs out, we can just restock it again. If you don't have entertainment for 1 month or 2 months, if you miss it, it's not that big of a deal. But if you miss it, like we did right now, it's been, I don't know, a year without it. It caps out at 25. It is really, really nasty to deal with. Pricing on everything else is still good. We're up to 19,000 gold. Holy moly. So we need to start switching over to influence mode soon so we can start taking these lands. I think we definitely have enough money to do it. We just don't have the influence. And I really want to get out of the danger zone here. Oh, crap, dude. 23. All right, pricing updates. So we can switch all these. We can export. We can import these. And the big one. We got 150 at 48 each. We bought them all for 3. So that's a 45 gold profit. That's like almost 6 grand. That's a pretty healthy profit, I would say. Yep, 2,400. We just got a big chunk of money. I really don't want to lose people, though. Come on, man. Give me a tick for doing something right. We got good food variety. We've got a lot of clothing. We've got fuel. We have literally everything, man. Just your approval should tick up now. All right, there's the ale. So we just need to keep stocking the ale. That's the biggest thing here. Oh, lack of entertainment went down to -27. So it can go even lower than -25. There we go. So we're above. We should be okay. Lack of entertainment? What the hell are you talking about, dude? There's ale in there. Like, what are these guys doing? They're sitting in their house. What are you talking about waiting? Get in there and freaking move the beer. This is going to cause us to lose. Oh, that's frustrating. Probably not, but I'm just saying it could potentially happen. All right, so our trades are good. Import, export. No, we need to import this. What am I doing? Yeah, there we go. And then we got almost all of the plate armor gone. That'll... Yeah, you can see our money. We're at 23k. Quite a bit. I'm a little surprised the AI hasn't gone after us. I thought for sure they would have tried to take some of our land. So we're buying mail and sidearms at 1 gold each. And then I'm hoping we can flip them for the 16 when it changes. Yeah, these are all done. Okay, so we can go no trade on that. We completely ran out of inventory on that. We've got a little more to go. And we could probably, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually transition here soon. Let's just export everything and we can start over again. We have a nice little nest egg of cash. We can tax our people at 1%, and that'll be basically enough to keep up with whatever army that we hire. We need to switch over into food mode, and we need to buy as much food as we can as cheaply as possible. And then we need to tide that away so we can get our influence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down the imports actually. Why don't I do this? Let's just export everything we have. Make space. I'm going to continue to export and import the plate armor because that one's really important. That one is probably enough to fund anything that we plan on doing. So if we only do this one and then everything else goes into food, then I think we'll be in decent enough shape. Now we are going to have to upgrade the granary, which means we need a little bit more stone. Can we please get stone? I'm going to turn that import back on, but the traveling trader doesn't seem to be trading that too much, so it's kind of a problem. So we are mostly exporting at this point. We're kind of doing both, so as long as we have workers on both of these, we should be okay. And then the tavern has 10 ale, that's fine. Let's put this other guy on the warehouse. And we're still getting approval loss. What are we getting approval loss for? Oh, this guy's running out of fuel. But we do have stall workers, so they should be able to handle it. I need to move the stalls. I need to get him closer to the warehouse. I should have done that earlier. I actually don't even have room anymore. Just have to deal with it. There we go. We can turn that export off. So we zeroed out our pole arms, side arms. We got one more piece of mail armor. And then we're dealing in plate armor. And roof tiles are good, so we can turn that off. Like I said, it's pretty easy to start and stop these. We don't have to do it right now. All right, there we go. Mail armor's done. It pains me not to buy this thing, but we're going to skip it this time. No trade. Yeah, I think what we do is we just spam the market with whatever kind of food we're trying to sell. Not sell, sorry, but we're going to tithe it. So I think what we should do is we'll have to open up trade routes for these, which is it's going to clog our market a bit, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Let's go with the two cheapest, or the three cheapest ones. It's going to be eggs, veggies, and meat. And we're going to import up to, let's say, oh, you know what? Yeah, we need to upgrade our granary first. Actually, we should do that first, because that's going to be, if we don't have room, then it's not going to matter. Like, it's not going to matter how much food we have. We're going to need to put them somewhere. All right, but we're still trading. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we don't want to import this anymore because the price just skyrocketed. So we're going to export. That'll make us a pretty good amount of cash. And what I'm going to do is put the tithe on. Let's go ahead and put the tithe at 10%. Let's see what that looks like for a month. Yeah, it sucks having all these things at 1 gold each, and we're not going to trade them anymore, but we kind of have to. So granary is upgraded. Let's get one worker in there. Actually, we don't need that many people in here. We've got a couple people in the warehouses. We need some people in the granaries. We need to upgrade. We need more timber so we can upgrade this storehouse. This storehouse needs to be upgraded as well. There's no excuse not to. So let's go ahead and turn on our trades now. So we're going to spam the market with as much food as we can. We're going to get maybe, let's go 250 of each. Let's just go big. It's either go big or go home, right? So we're going to go, we got 6 trade routes. Let's see how that works. If we need more, we can turn on the bread, but I think we'll survive with just that. Oh shoot, you know, we do need to keep that plate mail in there. That was really stupid. Why did I do that? So let's put one person back in the trading post so he can get all that plate mail. We need to sell that stuff. I hope that's not the trade. That might have been the trader for it. Yeah, put that plate mail back in stock, please. We're getting a pretty good amount of food here. We should be able to tithe it. So we're starting to have to pay a pretty hefty price for some of these food groups. Yeah, apples kind of shot through the roof. Everything went up because we're importing so much of it. All right, pantry's full. We should we get here? Food tithe is 59. That's not that much, but we gotta continue it though. We just need to flood the market with food. Actually, what I should do is I should turn on bread too, just so that we're not relying on. If we get too much of, yeah, we don't want to go too much of one item because then it's gonna crash the market for that one item and then everything. I'd rather have like either everything is average price or slightly above average, rather than, you know, one item being just all the way up. So, you know, paying twice as much for apples is not fun, but that's what we gotta do. All right, we are running out of ale, so we need to pull one person back, and then you can go grab the ale. We'll restock the tavern. All right, the price crashed on our plate armor, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch this back to import. Just get as much of it as we can. And what I should do is disallow plate armor and just get as much of it as we can, and then hopefully we don't have to trade it. It basically is just gonna sit in the trading post. We don't have to do anything. Fuel's getting low again. I do need to switch somebody onto the large storehouse. But we have a lot of food in here, and it's not getting taken up, unfortunately. All right, let's step up our tithing game. I'm going to go to like maybe 85%, 90% maybe. Let's do 90. Let's just do it all at 1 month. And then if that zaps through our entire supply of food, that's fine. 139 tithe paid. I think that was, unfortunately, before we updated it to 90%. But on the bright side, we can attack somebody. So let's go ahead and hire some more mercenaries. Make sure these guys don't get snapped up by the AI. So we're going to sign the contract. And we're going to send them over to Imenruth. However, I am going to leave all of our archers back. Just because they're, like I said, they're kind of useless right now. And I really don't want to get raided while we're off fighting. So that would not be fun. So our money is getting a little low. We do have to be careful. All right, this thing flipped. So pricing is really high. So let's go ahead and go back to 0. This is going to hopefully keep us afloat long enough. But I guess we'll see. I need to see what that tithe amount's going to be. We should be safe. Let's go ahead and start the process. So 2,000 influence. That's going to use up almost all of our influence here. And what are they coming in with? Yeah, it's just the usual. As long as there's no mercenaries for them to hire, they pretty much use the same army over and over. Alright, they're going to send their archers first. Same thing, we're just going to smash them when they get close enough. We'll send 2 on the flanks. And that should be enough to drop their morale. Unfortunately, they reinforced in time. I don't know how that happened, but they did. How did they freaking get out the back, dude? That is so stupid. We have so many units here. It was a 3v1 and they still managed to get out. Get out of here with that garbage. It doesn't matter. We're going to win, but that's just super annoying. Because then we're going to have to chase him after this. Like, we have to freaking run all over the map to chase him down. It's really annoying. And these guys are just about getting wiped out. Right, not much we can do to affect that. We could, I guess we could have sent some more of the archers, but I really don't want to do that. Why are these guys so slow, dude? What the hell are they doing? So we're having trouble keeping the ale stocked because they're just not doing anything. What are they doing, man? They're tavern keepers, and we have ale in the trade house. Right here. We have ale. We 100% should be able to get all that out. This is so stupid, bro. Alright, well, there's not much we can do about it. Let's just try and clear out the granary as best we can. Maybe they can't grab it because there's too many items there. That wouldn't make sense either, though, because you can always grab items, even if it's overstuffed. So we need to help these guys. Oh, they all broke. Now it's just this one last group. And they broke before we even got to them. So we took a piece of land. Pretty costly, though. So let's get and cut loose some of those guys that took some heavy losses. And then we'll rehire them later. And what we can do is just preemptively move over to their land. And as soon as we're ready, we can just hire... Yeah, we'll just start the fight. So we'll keep a couple archers here to hold over the fort. Like I said, if we get raided, then we'll at least have somebody to delay, and then that'll give us time to get our people back. Alright, are you actually getting ale this time? No, because I don't have it. How are we doing in the granary, though? It's still stuffed, so if we... Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but I do know we should be buying a lot of food. We did buy a lot of food. So we should be giving a lot of this away through a tithe. There we go. Alright, let's see. 1,500. Wow. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so a couple more of those. And we'll be in really good shape. Alright, they are actually claiming Imenruth. So we're gonna have to go back there to fight that. Oh, crap. I had these guys run. Everybody's drained. But we're gonna have to defend it. I think... Oh, we can hire these guys again. Okay, so that's fine. We have some people to come back and help defend, actually. So why don't we just leave these archers here? Everybody else will pull. That should be fine. Yeah, that'll be more than enough. And these guys are coming from where? There's some from the top of the map. It's going to take them a long time to get there, but we should be all right. And then we're going to launch right into the next fight. And then the last fight, hopefully, right after that. And then we'll finish this campaign up. It looks like it'd be pretty easy to do, but it's actually a little harder than you might imagine. So if you try it on your own, you'll see there's a lot of little things that you'll run into. It makes it kind of tough. All right, we got to make sure these things are... Yeah, we don't want to export that anymore, so let's import back up to whatever the... Let's just put a stupid number like 500. And then we are spending a tremendous amount of money on food. Yeah, but that's what the money's for. I mean, we need it for troops, and we need it for influence. That's it. How's our lack of entertainment? It is becoming an issue, so I'm going to pull somebody, and hopefully this time they actually do their job and restock the tavern. I'm also going to allow ale here because... I hope this guy doesn't have time to even grab the ale from the tavern. And then it's just so annoying. Actually, do they pull the ale? I wonder if ale goes into the tithe. Because technically it's a food. It goes into the granary. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. We are good. Right, we can start this fight pretty much. Yeah, let's start it. And they actually want to fight in the center of the map. So that's even better for us. There we go. And I don't see their army. They may not contest this. I think he just attacked so we force ourselves to keep our big old mercenary army paid. Maybe that's what he's doing. There we go. Tavern's finally getting some ale in. We got another 1200. So what we can do, if this guy doesn't want to fight, we can just start pressing the claim on their land, and it's going to be close anyways. Oh, it says can't claim when enemy units are present. Where are they, though? They're definitely not here. Okay, well, we need 4K anyway, so we just need one more round of that, and then we can turn off all those imports. Yeah, look at that. The pricing is so outrageous on these. We're spending a lot of money on food, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. All right, import. It's still not... It's more expensive than it was before, but the price didn't shoot all the way up to where we want it to, so we're just gonna keep importing the plate until it adjusts, until it corrects properly. All right, does that mean he finally hired an army? Yeah, there he goes. Finally, they got troops come in, and it's, what, halfway through the waiting period? All right, we are starting to run low on cash here. Not low, but we're half of what we were before, so I do want to slow down on these. But we need a little bit more food, I think. Yeah, we need to get up to 4K on the influence, and then we'll be in good shape. All right, they are starting to move in, so let's go ahead and meet them in the field. And hopefully they're going to stay spread out like this, and we can just stomp them very quickly. And before, let's just double check our economy, make sure we're not doing anything stupid here. So this thing is still cheap. We still need to import the food. We have money, so we're fine. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, let's get back to it. And we just have so many troops, we could probably just dogpile this guy. So I'm going to attack him with these two. And then we're just going to walk our archers in. These guys are going to go for the flank. These guys are going to stop them. Get another group of archers on them. These guys are going to keep those archers away, and hopefully we can cut these guys off. So let's do that. These two are going to flank. These two are going to catch them. And then as opportunities open up, we'll go for flanks on all these guys and surround and pound. But this guy's not even doing anything. Yeah, he broke. That was the retinue too. You see how fast it is? It doesn't matter how good your troops are. Oh no, that wasn't the retinue. That was somebody else. I don't know who that was, but they just broke. The retinue's getting smashed though. They're going to lose their morale here. Just one giant meat grinder. You know what we could just pull these guys off? They can go attack. Let's not actually attack the archer yet. Let's just continue to put the pressure on the guys that are actually causing a danger to us. So we'll pull them all the way around. All right, they broke. Yeah, the retinue broke. And you know what we need to do is just... We do need to send these guys for the archers. Just do that. And then the archers aren't really needed anymore because we have too many units we can't even fit. Everybody needs to pile on these light mercenaries. These guys can go chase the archers, and then we're in very good shape. That's done. These guys got caught, so they should be able to surround and pound. We'll send some help their way. Alright, while that's going on, finishing up, let's just, again, keep tabs. And again, we have a lot of food, so we could probably pause what we have and then just tithe. It's going to be over 1K for sure. Alright, we won that. Let's get very quickly back over here, and we're going to immediately declare for this province. And then we'll have one more to go, and then that's pretty much the challenge done. Tithe 1100, that's exactly what we need. Okay, so immediately let's stop all the trades. So I don't want to import anything. We should have enough egg income, and I think we just need 2 other things. But we have probably enough food to last us for probably to the end of the campaign, to be honest. Our granary is going to be somewhat still full because we have a lot of leftover food here. Right, I'm going to go ahead and pause taking in ale here. And good there. See, we still have linen and yarn, and our ale is still costing us an arm and a leg, but not much we can do about it. We have to. We're almost to 50. So I think our percentages are looking good. The lack of entertainment is starting to wear off. It's only a matter of time before we get raided again, and I just don't want to have to... If they attack with 4 groups and we only have these 2 archers here, that could be pretty bad. These guys do have armor though. Oh, and you know what? They're not actually... Yeah, they're not that well armored. There's a group of armored archer. There we go. This guy has 9 armor. That's pretty good actually, but 0 attack. So that's not really that good. Alright, how are we looking here? We should be switching this soon. Yep, there we go. So we can export these. We're not dropping our claim. You know what it is? They have a hard time getting it from the trading post. That's the problem. That's the problem. So what we need to do is we need to allow ale into the granary. And then we need to turn the granary off when they start trying to take it back from the ale house. But yeah, I think they're doing it right now. Yep, they're transporting ale. You stupid idiots, man. You know what I could do is I could allow it. I can't really limit the work area. I need the stall worker to be able to get all these houses for the eggs, but they also need to be able to get the stuff from the trade post. But the problem is, if I include all that, it also includes the tavern. So I guess I should have put the tavern back a little bit. So we can get 4 out of the 5 houses, I guess. I don't know. It's so frustrating, man. I wish that would get patched soon, because it is kind of a bad... It's pretty bad. But it's alright. Let's see if that helps. It doesn't look like they're coming after our ale anymore. And we are making good money. We can start trading other things if we need to soon, but we've got so much money, I don't think we need it. Oh, the tithe. Oh, I forgot to turn the tithe off. Crap, dude. They probably just blew through all of our food. Yeah, we have like no food left. Whoops. So we'll import eggs, veggies, and meat. And we only need 10 of each. And that should be plenty. Everything else should be, I think, the same. We'll just leave it. And again, these guys are taking their sweet time raising their army because it's already 50 days left out of the 90. There they go. They finally... Oh, raiders. They're coming from Hofstetten. Oh, they're actually going to cross our path. So our big army can take them out. We don't have to worry about it. So I'm actually going to pull everybody. Let's get all these guys up there. They will not send the raiders twice in a row. They'll have like maybe a year break between. So we should be fine. If we leave the circle, is that going to make us lose? It might. So let's actually send somebody back. Just over. Oh, the raiders. That's so funny. So the AI finally spawned their army in, and they spawned on top of the raiders, so they're gonna have to fight the raiders first. That's hilarious. Alright, no big deal. We'll let them finish up. Yeah, they lost a few people. Mostly just archers, which is good because the archers are the most annoying anyways. Let's make sure our food supply is good. We're out of firewood completely. So I'm gonna pull one of these and put them on the storehouse. Oh, I have somebody back here on the logging camp. I totally forgot about that guy. Yeah, let's put 2 on the trading post. We can probably start doing some heavy trading again. The price already crashed, and we still have 285 of these plate armors, so maybe we just wait for them to go back up to 24, and then we'll just dump. Like I said, we're not really hurting for cash. We have about 4 months. Yeah, we have about 4 months worth of wages, which this is not going to take 4 months, because we're going to take this out, and then within 1 or 2 months we could do that, and we could always turn our tax back on anyways. It's not a big deal. So why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and get our actual army organized here, because we are going to need it. Like right now it's not a big deal, but the next battle is going to be massive, and we will probably need it. So let's go archers in the back. We're going to have our shield wall up in the front. And then these brigands, these will be on the flank. There we go. So we got a nice looking shield wall up front, and we can actually put them in shield wall if we really want. And I'm going to do that actually. And then let's get our archers right behind so they can skirmish. We're going to keep them behind though, because they're going to just bum rush our line. And that's not really... I'm going to heavily load up just one flank. Actually, let's load up this flank because they seem to be skewing towards this. And I'm going to move this shield wall over. I'm going to slide... Yeah, this is actually perfectly fine. So I'm going to move this shield wall over here. So they're going to be able to absorb that. They're going to be able to absorb that. These guys can push forward. And what I'm going to do is run some of these guys straight through. I'm going to sandwich both of them. And these guys are useless. So again, we're just going to walk them straight in. Just put the numbers. As long as we have the numbers, they will get the morale hit. So those guys get charged. Yeah, weight of numbers is really important when it comes to breaking their morale. Again, we just keep throwing numbers at them. And that battle is pretty much done. Alright, these guys broke. And what I could do is actually archer duel these. Alright, we can regroup here. Let's just see how bad these archers are, because we've got 4 versus 1. They haven't lost a single person yet from these volleys. Oh, there they go. They're starting to die off. There we go. They broke. Alright, so they still do morale damage, so that's not terrible. In the previous episode, we dealt with some negative approval issues and won our 6th and 7th territories. Now, I think it's time to do the big battle. We could fire these guys and then rehire them. Some of them are pretty low, actually. The 18 is kind of low. Let's get rid of them. We'll pull them back in. They'll go back to the mercenary pool, and then we can rehire them. And then again, we're just going to have everybody sit over here. All right, some things are still really cheap. Looks like the market hasn't rebounded. So why don't we just do a little bit of trading so we can get some revenue going? Not like we really need it, but yeah, we just need to keep an eye out for when we can rehire these guys. And then we'll fight this last battle, and then that'll be it. I think maybe we'll go for a little bit more. I would like to do a thing where we move everything down here and see if we can do it even faster. See what kind of money we can get up to. Alright, mercenaries are ready. They've got their numbers back. Nice, they spawn right there too. So we'll wait though. We want to get everybody grouped up because they will probably spawn right next to us. And it's going to be a pretty tough battle. Oh, you know what? We don't have any fuel. I don't know why I turned this one off too. I don't know why I did that. Let's do a trade route for it so we can get it in here pretty quickly. We'll just do a stack of 50 and then we won't have to worry about it. Yeah, luckily we're not during winter time, so nobody's going to freeze to death. That's fine. We'll get that going. Okay, looks like our army is all together. Let's go ahead and get them organized in battle line. Alright, that looks pretty good. We're claiming. Let's see what he does. Oh, yeah, there he goes. So they want to fight right here, which is fine. Although I don't really want to fight him on the slope. And we are still in the circle if we fight over here. So why don't we pull back here? That should only be one. I think there's another reinforcement group. I don't know what they're doing, but they just separated their army even more. So we'll probably be able to jump on them all at once. How are we doing here? Still importing that. Let's keep going until we get a good price. I don't know why it was doing that, but I mean, it doesn't matter how many we buy if we're buying them that cheaply. It doesn't really make a difference. As soon as it flips, then we'll be able to get a good price on it. So 13k. Yeah, money-wise, we're fine. We're fine. Still getting a little bit of tax. Okay, let's deal with it. Interesting. Usually there's another group that comes. I'm wondering if because we just defeated that army, there's a refresh timer on it. So if you like take a piece of land, destroy that army, and then immediately go for the final battle, if it's like a really small group, because normally this would be twice the size. Right, we're gonna go shield wall. These guys need to immediately go full sprint, and then the archers. I'm gonna just have the archers skirmish with their archers because they're just gonna be a waste of space otherwise. Let's get these guys over there. Right, no shield wall. Right, these guys are just gonna flank whatever the easiest target is. Oh, they still have two back here. Shoot, I did not realize that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a nice little blocker right there, and then let's send these guys in. These guys can go in on this 32, so that's two groups of 32, or yeah, two groups of 17 on that. I'm just gonna keep protecting the flanks. Go shield wall again. All right, and then we need to have archers right here, and then just completely pummel these guys. Their retinue are destroying our shields. Actually, this is kind of bad. And their front line is holding really well, surprisingly. Look at how bad this is. I had 4 archer groups shooting at this archer, and they didn't lose a single one. Man, that's so frustrating. All right, whatever. Let's get in there. We just need numbers. Get the archers in there. If they don't want to fight them, that's fine. We will fight. Nope, they're gonna cycle charge or something. Okay, nice. So they just fled. Oh, they didn't flee. Why does it keep doing that? It's like their shield or little pop-up disappears. So bizarre. Oh man, we just took them out. So let's get more groups over there. Everybody else can help over here. It is a messy battle, but it is what it is. All right, they broke. He's gonna try and pay us off. We're not gonna do that obviously because this is the last objective. All right, that one's done. These guys are all done. Everybody's dead. We just need to finish them off. So I'm gonna send both groups out. And in the meantime, let's go check and see how our trades are doing. Make sure we're not screwing ourselves here. So we'll just keep inching these up until the prices actually go back to what they're supposed to be, or, you know, where they're profitable for us. Yeah, we should be fine there then. Right, that's one group down. We can skirmish with their archers with our own. Shield wall makes it move basically at a snail's pace, but let's take that off. And then we're just going to maneuver around so these guys can't really back up anywhere. But look at this. 4 groups against 1. Maybe if we get a little closer, we'll have a better chance. Kind of depressing, though. Okay, well, either way, we got that battle done. And that pretty much... Oh, yep, we got it. Wow, that was an interesting challenge. It probably from the thumbnail and title seems a lot harder than it should have been. But granted, I will say this. It took me quite a while to figure out the trade. I was working on a trade guide, and I figured it out when I came across that. So let's see, what did we do? We lost 2 villagers. How did we lose villagers? But we killed basically 2-to-1 ratio. That's pretty good considering we're using mercenaries. They're not the best units, but they're pretty good. And we didn't even rely on a retinue. I completely forgot about the retinue. Yeah, I could have maxed these guys out. I could have completely maxed these guys out and then had them, you know, 24 units of walking tank. That's fine. We didn't really need them anyways. Now, I don't think it's going to let us continue. There's a bug right now where if you finish the final, whatever the objective of the campaign, it keeps giving you that victory message and you can't actually get past it. Maybe it's different for the Conquest one. Yeah, maybe it's different for the Conquest one. That's kind of cool. Because I know I've done it before with the, whatever the objective is to build a big town or whatever. And it definitely didn't allow me to continue. So what I want to do is keep some people on payroll. I think probably the Ravenous Vultures. They're a little bit expensive, but these are going to be the best chance of fighting off. We still have to deal with raids, so we don't want to get rid of everybody. So let's do that. Let's get these guys over here. Pull them back home. There we go. And we could always hire more people in the future if we need it. It's not that big of a deal. But these guys should be able to hold. So again, challenge is done, but I want to take it a little further if possible. Ooh, these prices are not updating. This is concerning. If they don't update, that we have nothing else to do. I would like to try and see how high I can get the regional wealth. Yeah, treasury change 126. Oh, crap. Ravenous Vultures. Why are they so cheap? Why are they only 30? Something got bugged there. These guys are supposed to cost 100. These are the really expensive ones. Their pay got swapped with the... What is it? These guys? The Brigands? The Brigand for hire? Because these are supposed to be only 30. These guys are supposed to cost 110 each. That is kind of funny. I bet you there's an exploit there where you hire the correct group in the right order and then you fire them in the certain order. Whatever's causing this, but it's basically allowing you to keep a bigger group for a lot less money. So I have to look into that and see if it's repeatable. Oh, okay, yeah. So the trade just changed, so we do need to export again. We just spent a lot of money on something. Yeah, we spent a lot of money on the plate mail. So let's get these guys out. And what I might actually want to do, is destroy all this. We might want to pause for a little bit and just rebuild everything exactly how we want it to, and then delete all this and then move everybody down there. But let's get rid of inventory first. I don't want to have any inventory to move other than maybe a little bit of food and clothing. Everything else can go though. There we go. We're making good money. The heck? So apparently he can still claim land. That is so stupid. I guess it makes sense because he's off map and we didn't actually take his homelands. So I guess in that sense it does kind of make sense, but I don't really want to keep fighting this guy. Want to? I mean, I can hire 3 more mercenaries and just send them up there. It's not that big of a deal. But then that means we're going to blow through a lot of our money here, which I don't really want to do. I guess we could just let him take it. Like, who cares? We already completed the goal. The next goal is to get money up. And we don't need to have land to do that. We just need our main. So it's going to take him a really long time to take 7 pieces of land before it be an issue. So I think maybe we just ignore it. Yeah, I think we just ignore it. I want to see what I can do. Maybe that'll be the time limit. However much we can make in the time it takes him to reclaim the land. How about that? So that'll be the goalpost. All right, now unfortunately our exports went all the way down very quickly, so I'm going to sell all the way down to 0 on everything. And like I said, we just want to liquidate, get as much of the stuff out as we can so when we make the move. Or you know what? I have an idea where we may not even have to move. I'm going to test it out. Let's see if that's even a thing. So let me start prepping for it though. We do need to get a trading post up. Oh, but I don't want to do it yet, because as soon as we put that trading post down, these people are going to ignore the one that we are actually supposed to be using, and they'll only go to that one. So maybe let's do this first. All right, so he is back on the map now. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing, actually. I thought the game just ended right there. I don't think I've played past this point on these challenges, or on this mode, because I usually just end it. And then if I'm trying to do any kind of building testing or whatever, like this, in this case, the trading issues, I will typically just build I'll start a new game and do it on a map without any people to bother me. Okay, so it is still accurate. We're still paying 110. It's not 30. It says 30, but that's a lie. Yeah, so the text is bugged, but the actual money that comes out of our coffers is accurate. So it is 110. Okay, well that's good to know. So it's just a graphical bug then. All right, that one's down to 0. We can stop trading any of that stuff. All right, we're still trading a little bit of food here. Linen, yarn, firewood. Yeah, these are all fine. We don't need to mess with those. Ale, these are all fine. And then the plate armor, we're still trying to export these all the way down to 0. It's going to take a little while. For some reason, they're not buying... Oh, I know why. Duh. Yeah, they do not buy it. Do not buy it when you have that. So what if we just buy 50 and give it some time? And then we can sell it back down. You don't need that much volume to get these things to change their global market supply. And actually what I'm going to do is, let's just do it. I'm going to build another market down here. I don't really care if we're ready for it or not. So that's as close as we can get to the edge of the map. You know, I'm going to cut these guys loose because they're kind of pricey and they're not even at full capacity. And what I'm going to do is hire one of these cheaper ones. It's fine. This isn't going to be enough to stop a raid, but we just need them to... We need something to basically kite the enemy around. And then that'll give us time to hire new guys and get them into position. All right, I'm an idiot. I put my numbers wrong here. I put it at 350. I'm just gonna take it on, put it on no trade for now. Yeah, I'm thinking clearly here. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, everything else is fine. I'm gonna try and do some interesting stuff down here. What I am gonna do also is put somebody on this saw pit. I'm gonna want to build a couple, or at least one warehouse down here as well, or a storehouse. What I'd like to do is put some people's houses down here. Probably not right there, maybe behind. Something like this would be more appropriate. And what I'm thinking we can do is, as soon as those two are built, we're going to destroy these level 2s, because I don't want these guys around. They're causing a lot of problems with the lack of entertainment and all the other stuff. So we'll just cut them loose. We got one house done, so I'm going to demolish that, and then they will move in right here. Gotta be careful to demolish it as soon as this thing's up, because I don't want somebody to move in and then ruin the challenge. Only 5 burgish plots. Alright, we are getting raided. They're at the top of the map though. Goldhoff, yeah. So we do want to hire somebody else to help us though. See if we can get away with the cheapest archers. Oh, did they spawn right next to the raiders? They sure did. What a joke, dude. We spawned, our archers spawned directly on top of theirs, and it was a complete waste of money. So those guys are completely gone now. How stupid. Oh man, this game. That reminds me of Bannerlord. It's like the spawn system is so terrible in that game. This one's not much different, I guess. At least this one tells you where they're coming in at. I didn't even look. I guess I could have looked and just said, or noticed that that was going to be the case. And then delayed it or something. That's fine. So you notice these guys do still go to the trading post, even if nobody's here. They will stop going to the trading post up here, which can be a problem. Alright, I told these guys to pick the plate armor up. What are they doing? Are they slowly getting it? Yeah, they're getting it. It's just taking them forever. So what I'm going to do is, let's limit storage. I want to limit their work area to just this area. And what I'm going to end up doing is, let's trade for some stuff. We're going to import, and let's see how quickly we can build up 250. Because their distance to travel is so short. We should be able to buy a ton of these things, and then we should be able to sell it incredibly fast. And the thing is, we don't even need somebody in the trading post for it to work. I just realized I didn't delete that house fast enough. We got a spare family here, unfortunately. I mean, it's not a big deal. The main challenge is already done. I don't really care too much. So let's just get them a house or something to live in. They then go live by the dead people. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to take everybody off and then put them right back on the pork pit and one at the church. The church can also bury people. So how are we looking here? We've got 250. I'm actually going to go to 999 just to see what it does. How quickly can we get up there before the price plummets? And then we'll turn around and sell it again. Yeah, it's pretty fast. Let's see if the price... Oh, price updated on us. So only 250. It's actually about the same. But the thing is, I think we can do our turnaround a lot faster. So let's go ahead and export. And again, we don't even need somebody in this building to pull it off. We just need to make sure that our... I guess we would just need to make sure our people survive. Make sure they have food for everything. So we got eggs. We can cut all these people loose. We'll just pull them back in as we need them. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm just not going to use that extra family. There'll be an extra mouth to feed, but they won't provide any useful work. So it actually makes the challenge even harder, but not really. Feeding one extra family is not a big deal. But yeah, I'm just basically saying it doesn't invalidate anything. So it does work. Yeah, so I guess you could technically do this on any map, and you don't have to be at the edge. You do need to be at the edge if you're going to be pulling stuff from the trading post. Like if you're importing things to use, then you do need it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the same thing here with these. So that brought us up to 20 pretty quickly. I guess I should figure out how much income we can make per month. Ooh, it already switched. Okay, so we're going to switch this to export. Beautiful. This is already doing the opposite. So these are on opposite ends of the spectrum, which is exactly what we want. We want these to not occupy the same cycle. So we don't want to import both at the same time and export both at the same time. That'll tie up too much of our generic storage. So if we can have this exactly like this, then we're in good shape. And what I'm going to do, we're going to try, well, pretty tough. We need to transport stuff down there. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just leave it for now. I'll just keep running with this. It flipped again. So it looks like it took about a month. It was like a month and a half or something. And we were able to get 400 roof tiles. The last one was a bad trade though. We paid full price. It's not a big deal. Import export price is the same. So it just means we lose one cycle. We're going to get that money back anyways. So it seems like 2 trade items is probably what we're going to end up getting. I don't know that we can get much more than that. But boy, does it stack up the cash fast. 25. We'll be at 30k by the end of this cycle, I think. The price flipped. I missed it because I saw that minus 2400. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to export both of these. Just go to 0 inventory. I don't care if we mess up our pricing. I just want to get all this inventory out and start from scratch. All right, I may have broke the game. Nobody's trading anything now. Oh, you know what though? It's probably because they're both at this. This export should be working for plates, and we have plate armor here. So yeah, I think I might have broke the game. We definitely should be selling stuff right here. We have an export. Wait, did I set it up wrong? I set it up wrong. I'm an idiot. Yep, don't mind me. The only thing broken is my brain, not the game. All right, I'm an idiot. I'm definitely dumb. I had set my export price at 999, which means they wouldn't export anything unless we had over 999 or 999. So this is working as intended. I just had it wrong. So we'll, like I said, we'll clear this out. We'll go down to 0, see how we're doing at that point. I do want to continue to ship stuff here as well because we have a lot of the armor inventory that we need to get rid of. That's up here. This thing still has 333, so I want to get rid of all that inventory. It may not let us though. Well, we're already at 35k, so I do think if I spent a couple hours doing this, maybe not a couple hours, but if I spent like an hour, yeah, maybe a couple hours actually, I could probably get to 1 million. And not only that, I could just tax everybody 100%, and then I'll have $1 million in the personal treasury, and then whatever, if they leave, whatever. But probably do that. I'm not going to make for the most interesting recording. All right, pretty obvious we're going to need a big effort here to get all these plate armor out. Oh, they might have cut us off. They cut us off, actually. But still, I would like to get all this inventory out of this storage. Are they even doing it? No, they're not. So I think what we need to do is just let these prices cool off for a few months, and then we'll just continue to sell. You know what? I do want to continue to export this, though. Hopefully these guys grab it. You guys grabbing? Transporting? One person is transporting. And while we're waiting for that, why don't we start doing these again? So let's go ahead and import. We'll do 100, and then we'll just sell it back. We'll start trading these weapons. We don't have a ton of storage space. We've got 300 to play with. 350. 50 if it's the one we just bought. And then, like I said, once these kind of even out in the market, then we should be in better shape. All right, and that doesn't use up everything, actually. Why don't we import a little bit more? Let's just make sure we can get this thing all the way down to 1. And then all the way up to 14 or 16 or whatever it is when we sell. All right, he's taking another piece of land. There we go. Polearm prices spiked. We're good there. I think what I can do, some of these I can just do it a smaller amount. Like maybe I can go to 425 on this. Maybe if I buy 50 of these, that'll switch the market price. And then we can continue to export heavily on this. Wait, you know what? Why don't we go to 450? And then the pikes or the polearms went down to 0 already. That was fast. And then same thing with the roof tiles. Maybe let's just import a few of these. Maybe we'll go up to like 150 and see what that does to the price after a month. And then we should be able to dump 150 all at once. No problem. All right, that price already went skyrocket. That's good. Go no trade on that. What do we have? We got room for about 200. Let's go ahead and mess with sidearms as well. Get that up to, yeah, let's just go right for the jugular. We'll go right for 200. And sidearms already went to a high price, so we're just going to immediately sell those. And the polearms are basically free, so we're going to buy a bunch of those. Still have room. I really do want to get rid of these tiles because they're basically just clogging the inventory at this point. Maybe we go up to 200. Okay, so yeah, we've got a bunch of inventory sitting around not doing anything, and unfortunately it's keeping us from being able to... Oh, we're getting raided. And what I'm going to do is try and cut these guys off. I don't want to have to fight this in our own territory and then clean up the bodies. We just want to keep focusing on our trade. But we're going to have to go over our inventory capacity, so if it starts to rain, we're just going to deal with it, I guess. They'll do whatever they do. Should be able to win that. All right, so inventory's full here. There we go. It only went to 4. What the heck, man? Well, let's just drop it to 0 as fast as we can. All right, this one did respond properly, so we can dump those. This plate armor is not responding at all. I've done several trades. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. I think what I should do here, because this is not going to be interesting to watch at all, but I think what I'll do is, if I get any interesting updates, I'll go ahead and record. Come back in. But for the most part, this is just going to be me fiddling with stuff. Did we lose our archers? Yeah, our archers died. They're so bad. They are so bad. Alright, I mean, I know they're not supposed to be melee, but, you know, they should still do okay against brigands. So I think the best course of action here is just to... I really need... There we go. So that's cleared out. What I'm trying to do is get inventory down to 0 for a lot of things. I got to get rid of this plate armor, though. So why don't we buy it? Let's import again. Maybe up to 500. We'll go 50 increments of 50. And as soon as this price changes even a tiny bit, we'll dump our inventory back onto them. And then hopefully we can clear out that stock. Because right now we have 177. That's room that we could be using to trade something else that actually moves. This one doesn't seem to want to move. All right, what about 550? And these guys aren't even taking stuff. Yeah, they're just wasting time. Well, my concern here is that by the time this thing turns around, we will have even more inventory than when we started before we try to even out the market. Like now we got freaking 250 in here. I don't even think we can clear that much that fast. There we go. Okay, so it's slightly changed. Let's dump as much of it as we can, as fast as we can. Please, please, please. Take all of our stock. We don't want any of it. There we go. We're getting 1,800. At the best price, we'd be getting 2,400 each. But like I said, at this point, it's all about clearing the inventory than it is making the maximum profit. Because there's just no room here. Don't have a lot of room. We can do polearm trades, though. That one seemed to do pretty well. We'll go up to 200. That's a no-brainer. And this one so far is trading okay. We got rid of 100 inventory. We still have 129 there. Hopefully we can get rid of everything from the trade post. And then I really would love to get the rest of the stuff. Yeah, we need to get everything here. How do we do that? So if I put somebody in the trading post, what are they going to do? They're going to transport. All right, here we go. We got rid of most of it. Yep, we got rid of most of it. Let's go to 250 on the polearms. I feel pretty confident that we can move that fast enough. Oh, never mind, never mind. I don't know if that was good timing or if I missed it, but yeah, that's exactly what we needed. Now, unfortunately, yeah, it did it again. What are these guys doing? Transporting? I want to get more of that armor. I guess it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to pull this person off. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can go back and whatever the hell you're doing before. All right, so let's keep trading this. So we'll import to like 450 and see if that... Maybe that's enough to trigger a price. We need to have multiples of like 2. So like maybe 500 should be enough to get it to flip. So we ran out of our polearms before we can get to the end. I mean, that means it should be switching pretty soon. Yep, there it goes. All right, so we're going to export as much of this as we can again. Do the trade with polearms. And like I said, if this works out the way it should be working, then I'm going to probably pause the recording at this point because there's not really much to look at. We're just going to see the numbers go up and down until we hit 1 million, and then that'll be that. Yeah, that pretty much worked exactly as I thought it would. So that puts us at 65K. I have to track it, but anyways, yeah, we'll come back when it's more interesting. But this should be doable. When I get updates, I'll let you know. So I got raided, and then I forgot to pick up the bodies, and we only have a handful of towns, and there's 0 chance we survive a -64 for the unburied bodies. So unfortunately, this is probably going to end right here at about 156. Yeah, it went away, but there's no way it's going to survive that. We can put bodies. We can put people in there to handle the bodies. If that helps. I really don't think so. 58 bodies is that's a massive minus. Oh, never mind. It went back up. Wow, that was fast. Really interesting. So one thing I did notice, if the bodies are out for too long, they will disappear after a certain time period. So it's not a complete loss. You will get a massive hit to your approval for a little bit, and then it'll move into your previous. So you won't get the whole thing, but a certain percentage of your current month goes to your previous month. So -18 from, I think we were at what, -68. Wow, a little surprised that didn't go as badly as I thought it was going. All right, false alarm. I thought I'd record that. But anyways, we are we're 6 years in, got 155K. I think we're getting about I don't know if it's like 10 or 15K a month, something like that. Maybe not quite that much. It's a pretty good amount though, but yeah, it's definitely slow. I'll probably cut it off sooner than 1 million. I don't think I want to do this for 1 million. It doesn't really prove anything. I think I've already proven how strong this build works. And then you could see how quickly the wealth goes up. So what I'm going to do, let's do something fun here. Let's turn the trade off. Let's export the rest of this stuff back down to 0. Just have a little bit of pole arm there so we can deal with those. And I want to try something else to send us off with a bang. Oh yeah, and while we're waiting, the AI did claim another land. So they've got 3 now. There we go. That's the last of it. So we're ending with about 160K. And what I wanted to try, because I know this is possible to do, I just don't know. Oh, it just did it. Crap. I was going to try and change our registry. So I want to get all that money into our personal treasury. So I'm going to set ourselves a 100% tax rate. It's going to give us a -98 approval loss. Let's see what happens. Actually, since they're still... Oh, and I'm also curious, can we keep doing this trade even if nobody's here? Because technically you don't need anybody to do this. And why don't we just open up a bunch of trade routes and just spam? Let's see how well this goes. Now, we can go over our limit as long as it doesn't rain. We'll be in good shape. If it rains, we're going to lose a ton of money. But kind of curious to see what happens. We have only a month to do this anyways. Oh, it's raining. We're immediately going to get... Yeah, we're immediately going to get screwed here. Oh, I think we broke. Yeah, they're gonna stand in a line. We got a traffic jam here. I mean, they can get in and out. They just bump into each other a lot. Oh, nice. It stopped raining, so it should be all right. All right, that should probably be enough. Did it? No, I guess not. Yeah, usually the price will flip around 250. All right, that's probably where it is. So critically low, we're gonna have people leaving. We ended up getting... Oh, wow, we took all the money. 170K. And we still have a ton of money in inventory, so I'm actually going to export all this stuff. We don't have money to buy anything anyways, so we'll just see whatever we got in here. So everything went to double green. Yeah, I guess this is probably the fastest way to do it. It's a little risky if it rains, but if it doesn't rain, you're going to be in really good shape. All right, here we go. What do we got? Oh, families are leaving. Don't really care. We just want our money, and then we'll be gone. How much money do we get for all this? So we started with $0 or 0 gold. Holy crap. We're already at 12K, 12.5. We still have a lot of inventory to go through. So assuming the prices don't correct, I think we'll probably get like 25K just for doing this. No, more than that. Probably 30 to 40K just by doing it once. People are still leaving, but like I said, we don't need them to work. We can do this without, we do this without any employees. All right, it's raining. Yeah, we're gonna get hit on the inventory. No, maybe not. We're selling out. Oh, we just got it. We just sold out before we had issues. It's kind of funny. Wow, what a rush, huh? Everybody just came to do everything they could. All right, that's the last of it. We got mail armor, and then that's pretty much it. There we go. So we got... Wow, we got 42,000 gold for that. 100% we can get to 1 million quickly if we really wanted to, because that was like 5 minutes. Maybe not even that. That was really fast. So, interesting idea. Like I said, I still don't think it's really worth it to do it because, you know, what are we trying to prove at this point? That I can grind for a few hours like that. But anyways, we're gonna hit over 200K, and we did it with only 5 people or 5 families. I accidentally had an extra one on the very end there, but this whole campaign was pretty much done with 5 families plus the 2 you get for the manor house. And yeah, 212K. We got 1 family left, the final loyal family, and no, they're out of here. They said we are out. Oh, it's still going. Interesting. So we don't get the lost screen, which is kind of interesting because that I could still do the trading. Maybe we'll do one more round because that was kind of funny. And what if we did... Well, this is already a lot of trade routes, but I was going to say, what if we did all the ones on the other screen, the commodities? Because that's a pretty big screen as well. There's a lot of stuff in there. Let's see what we can do. We got... Oh, shoot. No, we're screwed. Yeah, we converted all the money. We have no wealth. I just did all that for nothing. Because we converted 100% of our wealth into our personal treasury. So we just can't even do it. It's going to give us nothing. We're not going to be able to actually import anything. And I don't know. We'll get some families moving in, though. So if we really wanted to, we could restart it back up. But I think this is a good place to end it. That was pretty funny. All right, so there we go. We conquered the whole map. We did it with only 5 families, plus the 2 at the manor house, but those are basically just dead weight. So really 5 families, mostly because of how inefficient the markets are. there's a huge lag between when you send a price plummeting to when it goes back up and maxes the price out, and you can just basically teeter-totter between those two numbers and just make an absolute killing. But anyways, I hope this was an interesting little playthrough. More just kind of messing around, I guess, than a legit one. But the next one's going to be really difficult. It's going to be the same thing that I just did here, but I don't have a limit of how many families I can have, and it's no trade allowed. So it's basically the max settings, no trade. So I'm going to get working on that because that one's going to take me a very long time. It's a very tough one, but it's really fun to do it all in-house, so all the manufacturing. So hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.